extraction. Be advised, Queegee is in your immediate vicinity. Contract fulfilled. Prepare for exfil. Extraction. Helo inbound. 50 seconds to extraction.
There's a legend told on Serpent Island. A warrior could not pierce the serpent's body, and so it tricked it into swallowing a sharp blade. When we made plans to detonate the Kurahana Go, we had no idea that bombs had already been planted inside the ship. Now, the Kurahana Go has run aground here, and the T-3 it was transporting has drawn the world's attention. This is not an end. After all, chaos creates opportunity. Nuestra existencia es para el futuro.
Five minutes to helo extraction. Asset secured. Exfil now. minutes to helo extraction.
Be advised, Queegee is in your immediate vicinity.
Contract fulfilled. Prepare for exfil. To helo extraction. Helo inbound. 50 seconds to extraction.
There's a legend told on Serpent Island. A warrior could not pierce the serpent's body, and so it tricked it into swallowing a sharp blade. When we made plans to detonate the Kurahana Go, we had no idea that bombs had already been planted inside the ship. Now, the Kurahana Go has run aground here, and the T-3 it was transporting has drawn the world's attention. This is not an end. After all, chaos creates opportunity. Nuestra existencia es para el futuro.
Five minutes to helo extraction. Asset secured. Exfil now.
Minutes to helo extraction. Be advised, Queegee is in your immediate vicinity. Contract fulfilled. Prepare for exfil. Extraction.
Helo inbound. 50 seconds to extraction.
There's a legend told on Serpent Island. A warrior could not pierce the serpent's body, and so it tricked it into swallowing a sharp blade. When we made plans to detonate the Kurahana Go, we had no idea that bombs had already been planted inside the ship. Now, the Kurahana Go has run aground here, and the T-3 it was transporting has drawn the world's attention. This is not an end. After all, chaos creates opportunity. Nuestra existencia es para el futuro.
Minutes to helo extraction.
Asset secured. Exfil now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Super Clark, here with me, Pika, to bring you a great night once again. This is the Community Gladiators Open Division 2025. We are done with the multiplayer. We are moving on now to the Battle Royale Solo.
Oh man, we did spoil the players a little bit and the spectators yesterday and the other day, actually, that we are gonna have just 2 per 2, right? Like, so we got 2 multiplayers and then now we have 2 BRs. Unfortunately, though, you're not gonna see a lot of them squad actions yet. Solo, yes, you know how the formula goes. And with 400,000 COD points on the line, it is safe to assume that our players, soloists, are gonna put their best feet forward.
Yeah, all right. As you know, buddy, we are done with 1v1 that has 10,000 COD points, 50,000 for the MP teams. Now we're down. We're about to start a BR solo with 10,000 CP. It's going to be the same price pool that we have for BR, and the solo will be getting 10,000 for the champion and 1,000 CP. And this is the day 1 of the Battle Royale. So we will start off with solo, as you can see right here. This is I could say the journey of all of the players. We started 300 players, and then we ended up with 30 players for this playoffs. And again, this is a solo roadmap. And then tomorrow we're gonna have a BR squad.
Mhm. Now, of course, this right here, this is not going to be your traditional BR. You'll see what we mean here, ladies and gentlemen. But now, again, tail of the tape here is that since you're seeing this on screen, today is just 1v1. So there's going to be a lot of unorthodox strategies as well as plans here for our players. I'm just going to hold my breath until that happens. Meanwhile, for those of you who missed the first couple days, we are currently at our playoffs here. And third day, currently at December 21st, Sunday, we are done with the qualifiers, the group stage, so on and so forth. Now, this is the one and only chance that our soloists can actually get that big chunk of the prize pool.
That is definitely true. So let's see what's going to happen, because for the solo mode of BR, we have, I could say, one of the prominent or 2 best of the players of solo. We have DX Sean, we have NV67. These 2 players, got a first victory with 7 kills already. So these are the folks who clearly know how to play BR and definitely know how to roam around the map, because the map that we will be using is no other than Alcatraz. Right?
Absolutely
So
dreadful for some of our players, man. Again, I did tell them that this is not going to be the traditional way that we will play our BRs. So you guys know what it is. If it's Alcatraz, we got that claustrophobia going on, as well as a little bit of subconscious time pressure. So you guys, you know what's going to happen.
Right. And just so you know, Alcatraz for this mode, this is, like Pika said, it's not really traditional because Revival is not is going to be unavailable to Alcatraz solo. So we will have a placement points and elimination points. So it's going to be crazy and wild. So it only means that the players, if they want to win to secure a spot, moving on to the top one and getting the victory, they just really need to have the first placer so that they will have a placement points. And definitely there's a points equivalent to any, or 1 point is whatever points that they will getting for each kill.
For me, a lot of this will be revolving around gunfights. Since we don't have a lot of players in the field, it's every person for themselves. We know this already. No one's going to be looking over your shoulder, right? So you know what it's like. It's kind of like the same as what we did in multiplayer, especially when it was hardpoint, though. You have to really scout the vicinity. You know, you got to be very awake. You got to know what you got to do. And of course, trust your instincts. You know, Alcatraz, we were talking about this off stream. It's not that big of a map compared to the rest of our BR maps here, but it's not to say that it's safe. You know, space isn't always safety.
Correct. So there's a lot of buildings that you can choose. My favorite building from Alcatraz is the modern industry, if I remember correctly, a modern building. And then I'll scout and rotate on a different building and then crawl slowly on the mid part of the Alcatraz. So let's see how it goes, and this is going to be interesting. But if you want to make sure that you have a lot of resources, you go with a modern building.
As
you can
for me,
never go wrong.
You cannot, actually. That's right. But for me, the reason that Alcatraz holds so dear is because of the obvious factor. I love prison.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's where everything takes place. It's the main reason that Alcatraz is even a map in the first place. It is where it is where things go down. You know, it is where the nitty-gritty really happens. Not to mention, it stirs up a lot of anxiety. You know, I am one of those players who feel that if I hear the slightest thing, you know, you're gonna turn to that direction. And prison is that. You know, anyone can be anywhere at any given time as well. But let's also not forget here, Super Clark, that granted how there is no respawn, there is no way to get revived here. That only means it's a one and doneer for most of our players. You gotta make that life count.
Right. So you got to be careful. Although this is really a smaller map, and you guys know are not really, you know, let's just be honest on this one. A lot of players, majority of the players, doesn't want to play on Alcatraz. We keep on playing on isolated map and blackout map. So that's the reason for this community Gladiators, they chose to have Alcatraz, so that, you know, it's going to be a different strategy to where there's no time for you to practice. There's no time for you to grind long hours. You just really need to play and be ready and use your mechanical skills in order for you to get a win.
You know, apart from that, I know that we always talk about mechanicals, right? But to me, the main look at that. That's a lot of prisons, man. That is a lot of prisons, like 7 prisons altogether. But for me, a lot of the factors here, of course, we know the BR survival. Right, it is survival, but to me, it's a lot deeper than that. Especially, or it changes very remotely, or rather drastically, if you know that you're not coming back, or like if you know that you cannot use, or you don't have any benefit of getting a take 2. So
right.
Hopefully, our players they prepare themselves for that, not just physically but also mentally, because it does pressure you a little bit. You know, if you think about it. Okay, I gotta make sure that I make this count. I make this drop count. These other players here, they're not gonna let me get away with it easy.
And as we start the BR solo, going down to the Alcatraz. So let's see what's gonna happen. What or who will be the player who will rise and be on top? Here we go. As you can see right now, Cell has right away changing the building, going down already. So there's a lot of players right here. Definitely, we have 20. I think that's gonna be 30 players.
30, yeah.
And yep, one player loses already. So let's see how quick it is, how quick the battle that we are about to witness from this match.
Okay, so as we did mention, this is a very small map. I'm more than sure that some of our players have already got some, bits and pieces of information. There we go. We got Blue with a BY-15 already starting things off strong, man. Okay, first blood on the board.
Okay, and this is really interesting because the moment we had an update, all of the slot, all of the number, all of the alphabets are, just only one color. Before it's really different color to where it's easy for us to recognize and know the slot. But right now it's gonna be crazy. One red color only. Just because of that, it was a close quarter battle. That was crazy intense. Doobie. I keep on hearing that one to you, Pika. You got a doobie, right?
Oh, come on. It's probably something else. It's probably something else. Either way, we are getting a lot of activity here on the feed, ladies and gentlemen. So everybody just moving fast. So especially Team Myth. I am very, very familiar with Team Myth. They have a lot of players and games, honestly. So it's more than apparent that they're really putting the best foot forward here. But again, this is not a team game so far. This is repping, This is representation. I am my own man. So Zach plays by himself over that singular compound. You know what? Most of them are. They realize that being alone in this in a certain compound makes them or gives them a lot more survival, right? A lot more percentages of survival. So here we go. And by the way, again, Tundra MVP from yesterday, also in BR. I mean, how cool is that?
Yep, because if you're really good in this in using that sniper, you gotta, you can choose a lot of locations. Like, you can be at the tower and patiently waiting and targeting all of the players underneath you, and that's gonna be an easy aim for you. And I should say an easy kill at the same time. But right now, Jay, we are seeing at the edge of this rocky mountain right now on top of the hill and trying to take his chance to knock down one of the players, but he decided, well, I'm just gonna find a perfect time and a perfect opportunity before I move on and be careless.
Yes, I think that really is the name of the game. Oh, there we go. Contact. Gotta get out of there. Oh, okay. We're not done. We're not done. Little ring around the rosy here. Oh, and it's Noza who emerges on top of that encounter against Snoopy. Beautiful. Getting a lot of loot to go with it too, man. A lot of loot.
Yep, and that's really a great job right there. So Dan is the one. It's going to be an open air battlefield. This is going to be crazy, and that's the reason we are seeing a lot of players right now inside of the cell house building. So whenever I play Alcatraz Pika, I always use my secondary weapon. It's either BY-15 or HS, even if I'm not really good in terms of moving, because as you guys keep on seeing whenever you are watching any tournaments of BR, if you're really good in using a shotgun, we are seeing some crazy movements. Can you imagine a lot of players using they're going to hop and then slide, crazy movement to where it's going to be hard for you to really put your aim on your opponent. Same thing with a BY-15 or any shotgun. If you're really good on how to find a perfect aim, and having that kind of movement is going to be hard for your opponent to target you.
Yeah, I have a little bit of bias in that sense because I'm kind of contradictory to how that is. I am more of a one-shot stop type of guy, so that's why I love my shotguns. But here we go. Speaking of shotguns, we got Dancy over there taking out Igor with the Striker, one of my very first favorites ever in Call of Duty Mobile. Not just in BR, obviously, but also in multiplayer. It doesn't get a lot of shine in multiplayer anymore, by the way, Super Clark. But in BR, I would say it still gets the job done, doesn't it?
Right. And it's also one of the meta, and they're just changing it to Echo and
Jack
yep,
12.
Jack 12, BY 15, and HS. Those are the crazy. And in fact, there's a lot of mythic shotguns on any full draws that Call of Duty Mobile or Tito CODM are giving us. A lot of choices that you can use, but right now for this season, Striker is the key.
I agree, and I'm glad that it's getting that same light that it used to have before. Because I remember like many moons ago, and I say moons, right? Because I so many seasons ago, the Striker was the weapon in BR. Like you cannot not have one. Like, damn the other weapons, right? As long as you actually have a Striker during the very last circle. Speaking of circle, we are moving fast here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're gonna be closing in a little towards Warden's house, and that's not the Warden you're thinking, guys. but and kidding aside, we do have ruins and parade grounds. Shout out to that guy, if you know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. But this circle,
I know that.
but this circle so far, again, looking real shabby. A lot of our players are going to make their way there. They do have to be cautious, though. You know how it's like. Alcatraz, not a lot of. Okay, here we go. Location revealed, so Noza definitely gonna have to reposition.
Right, and that's one that we are seeing right now to Noza. He got a nose. He keeps on snipping the location of his opponent, so he knows where to go and definitely has a lot of patience. And talking about from the MP trigger this discipline, you can also do that here in BR, and it's okay to camp. Before at first, whenever we play in BR, brother. It's like the game is really how good you are in being aggressive, but it revolves all throughout the years. So that's why we are seeing some players right now trying to be careful in calculating the movement. Same thing with the Alcatraz right now, aside from the fact that we know that this is the first and last no revival available from these BR solo.
Yeah, that's why. I feel that, as we mentioned earlier, this also takes an insane amount of critical thinking, because you cannot afford to be sent back to the lobby really early. I mean, sure, it's bound to happen, right? Someone will make that mistake. But for anybody who's playing this game, I gotta keep my head down. I gotta gear up, make sure that we're finally here. This is my favorite part, man. We talked about this. This is my favorite part of the map, because the anxiety is so high here. Anyways, so. Again, talking about how you should be very cautious here. It is again the lack of revive, the lack of respawn. One shot per match. You really just get that one singular opportunity to rack up as much points as you can.
Right. And OTG Lem right now got an intel. He knows someone is out there. Most wanted Doof is definitely crawling underneath him. So let's see if he will be finding some perfect opportunity to attack him or not. But a lot of players right now, they are all camping. So as you can see right here, trying not to create a lot of noises and make sure that their footprints will not appear to any HUDs of these players, so that their location won't be easily revealed from their opponents.
Yes, please. And they are a lot closer than they look, folks. So I'm pretty sure that despite the fact that you're seeing this gap between them, they're already hearing a little bit of movement. It just looks like it's broad, but there's already info there somewhere. Gotta be very, very cautious. And I like the fact right here that we have this scoreboard on the side. This is going to be a lot easier, not just for us, but for you too as well in the audience, to keep track of who's getting points from wherever. Oh my goodness, Dancy is on a tear so far with that Striker. You see that the feed lit up with Dancy again.
That is definitely true, with 3 kills in total right off the bat, and slowly adding more kill points already. And looking at coming back to OTG Lem, he got the first spot in his bag, but still maintaining his position on top of this roof.
Man, okay, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking long and hard on who's actually going to budge. We've been stuck on this 12 for quite some time now, Super Clark. We got 12 more players, a dozen, and they're all waiting for that circle to slowly shrink for them to be able to make that push. There's no reason for them to give up their position just yet unless they're shot at. For the time being, not so much. Just a lot of recon work, some collating of resources, if you will. All right. Oh, look at the beautiful, beautiful rewards that they're getting inside the prison here. Ooh.
And that's the reason we are seeing right now. If you're going to ask or put a comment that all of the players right now are camping, yeah, that's the name of the game right now because
Exactly.
there's no revival. And as we all know, Cell House, whenever we play Alcatraz and Cell House, is going to be a chaotic because you are really aggressive. Aside from the fact that you know that you can revive. If I remember correctly, I think 7 lives that you still have a chance to go back and forth from the map. But right now, this is the only chance that you can have. So it's really understandable to all of the players right now to camp and stay longer from their position and, find some perfect opportunity and, gather a lot of information before attacking or somehow change their
Mhm.
location because that's the key of the game. That's the only thing that they can do. Looking at it using that drone, he knows already, but yeah, he can connect, but it's going to be hard for him to knock down a player because there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of walls that they can use and a lot of ways on how to find a cover.
Yeah, again, opportunities, man. You got to look for them. Right now, it's not looking very easy for most of our players. They look at this. They can take standing still or just stay in position for the time being. Wait for that circle to shrink, expose the locations, the positions of the rest of our players, and let's see where the barrel takes them. Right? Let's see how that's gonna be. If we're gonna have a full-on dozen standoff here between our players, then so be it. But look at that, already looking at some of them active skills. We got the psychosis active already just to send a little bit of distraction or the possibility of someone biting taking the bait.
Right. And let's see how this gonna go. He's definitely used that trickster to somehow
Yes,
create some diversion and
let's
also
see.
gather some details that he needs to be. And this is the one that I'm talking about. But he's definitely staying on top of that tower, decided to go down and trying to be aggressive just to really get a good loot from that supply box.
Mhm.
And that's really one of his advantages because he knows for a fact that someone got knocked down on that on top of this roof of this cell house, but still knowing that someone is out there inside of this little
Oh,
space, cracking out that vest right away, not
E.
able to react. And Cole really on the high. He's definitely high getting that kill point. What am
Man,
I saying, brother?
117. I don't know, man. You tell me. Anyways, that 117 still, after all these years. I say years, right? Because what? Call of Duty Mobile's been around a good 6 solid years, and the
Yeah.
AK-117, my goodness, so many people have not detached from the AK-117, and for good reason, for good reason. The gun is still amazing,
That is definitely true. It is also powerful. We started off with AK-47 for I think 2 years.
right?
That is
Right? Yeah.
that's the meta that we are using in
Ooh.
BR. And speaking of the meta, he's definitely a meta right there. Rem knocking down Doof, but this time he's just only using a different AR. And speaking of AK-117, once again, because Tito Caught M gave us a chance to have a free mythic AK-117. We just need to
Oh
play. We
boy.
just need to finish any task and daily log in. So that we'll be able to get it for free. And true enough,
Mhm.
well, majority of the players right now got their own mythic lava remix for AK-117. So that's the reason we keep on seeing the players right now using AK-117.
A man's plugged straight up after that. Okay. But 8 players remaining. We saw how constricted the safe zone is already going to be, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Going for that loot. Now that's going to look real good here for Doobie. If I'm reading that correctly, that is. All right, 30 more seconds before another shrink, another closing of our safe zone here. Now this is going to get real fast, real soon.
That is definitely true. We are on the mid part of this battle, so expecting some of the players got their own loadout. So how effective they are, that is something that we need to find out because as you guys keep on seeing, there's no much actions that we are watching right now because they wanted to make sure that they had a better and somehow being intelligent in terms of their location.
As well, they should. But as we mentioned earlier, Super Clark, some of them can actually take this silence, right? The solemnity of our rounds up until it's no longer. it's gonna rain lead a little later on as soon as our players come across each other. Now, if I'm gonna be asked, I feel that yeah, as we mentioned, there has to be a shotgun in there somewhere. You know, for that final couple circles, you're gonna need something with a little more kick. So with the striker, we've already seen that a while ago. We had a Jack 12 elimination as well. As usual, you know, BY15. You know, can we not stray far from the classic BY15? Always reliable, no matter the meta. Just got to make sure that you have those. I'd say range attachments. I'd say fast ADS as well as your hip fire accuracy. Right.
Right. That is definitely true. But right now, we don't see any hip fire yet from this battle because they got a good space running around the map, going outside, going back, and you got to be aware. You got to watch your six because someone is out there.
Yeah. And also picking the class, right? Picking what kind of class you'd want to be in Alcatraz serves a purpose, doesn't it, Super Clark?
That is definitely true. Right. So let's see. We still have 8 players to go, and we are moving on to the 4th zone. So in no time, this is going to be a chaos where they don't have any options. They will be forced to fight each other. In fact, Anbo Coke right now trying to connect, but still not enough, and taking his chance right now to grab his own arsenal from the airdrop. Let's see if that's going to be one of his advantages that he can definitely use, because right now we are seeing 4 kills to Coke.
Uh-oh. Now these points, man, they don't seem a lot now, but a little later on when we start counting, ooh, we're gonna see who's the real head honcho here, ladies and gentlemen. And as we mentioned earlier, this is gonna take some sweet time from our players. 8 more to go. We got our, I'd say, the cream of the crop as early on as our game number 1 here. Now, we already said it as well earlier, Super Clark. This just looks like they're distant from each other, but trust me when I say this, and if you guys have played Alcatraz, this is literally a few sprints away from each other. I'm pretty sure they're getting ready for that firestorm. Oh, yep, just like that.
Getting a kill right away. That's the lava remix that he's definitely using right now. That's a mythic. It's really a powerful, especially looking at the attachment. He has all of the golden attachments he needed for that AK-117. So maybe 3 or 4 shots, you will be down.
Oh, not to mention, a lot of their skills have already been upgraded, right? If not everybody. So you know how that cooldown's going to be like. These skills are going to come into handy a little later on, folks. 7 players remaining. And a bunch of the beautiful loot from the drop here being taken advantage by Doobie or Doob. Again, you guys have to be patient with us when we pronounce your name, please. We do our best. We do our best.
Woo! Yep. Looking at it, he got a good class right here. I call it jumper, brother.
I get why. Absolutely.
I call it jumper, but that's something that you can use. So that's the reason he got a great combination, AK-117 and Jack 12.
Oh yeah. And that initial elevation that you get off of it, not to mention if you have all the attachments, man, your accuracy might hardly get affected, you know, just a little bit. Ow, but there it is. Ooh. Rem with all the loitering still neutralized by Coke, and Noza also in the mix here.
Looking at it, the combination AK-117, this time BY15. So he definitely got some skills in terms of movement, and who knows how to use that BY15 for the secondary going outside of the zone. There's a lot of use damage to HP 11, just like that. Doobie or Doob got a good knockdown right there and left. And Lem definitely saying goodbye. And we only have few players left right now. In fact, 4 players left, and we are moving on to the 5th zone.
Oh, man. Well, that zone's gonna hurt. Again, the drones are coming into play here. This is what we're talking about. Them classes also play a vital role aside from skill. For those of you who are new to Call of Duty Mobile, you gotta be careful. You gotta pick wisely, especially in a 1v1 situation. Or at least in a 1v1 setting, isn't it, Super Clark?
That is definitely true. And we saw earlier that Ren able to manage to do some reset, but that's enough enough HP for him to survive. That was really an easy kill. Dude, once again, trying to be careful. He got a better angle that he can definitely use right now at the edge of this hill. Doobie for the long range. And let's see if he can finish with the mech blast being activated right now. Noza really trying to find a ways on how to survive, trying to do some reset, but Doobie also getting some damages, moving outside of the zone, but still able to manage to survive with 2 kills at his back. But trying to do some counter, cracking out of this. That's gonna be one of his advantages, and that's the one that I'm talking about. Crazy, clever way to end that battle, but you gotta watch your 6, and here we go. Getting closer, rotation being made, and because of that one, we are ending the first round. Congratulations to Anbo Coke.
Man, I hope we read that correctly, but you know what? Absolutely refreshing to see Coke end that. See what I did there? Anyways, but going back, it was a very, very swift last 3 contenders, right? Super Clark. It was just a test of whoever can outmaneuver somebody, because the location's there. We already know that they're gonna be within that small circle. It's just a matter of who outplays who. Beautiful stuff right there as well from Coke. You know, just went in for the kill, recognizing that, oh, okay, this player is still a little bit rattled from that final encounter. I can go in.
Right. And that's the one that we saw from the last match from Coke. Unbothered Coke, which is true enough. I know he's one of the best teams that we have for BR, and from the clan name itself, Unbothered, he's not being bothered, knowing that there's 2 opponents left before we end the match. But Coke, really being aware from his left corner, managed to get a kill using that advantage, because he knows for a fact that his opponent Ren trying to go out of the safe zone. Same thing with Doobie, and because of that damages that they got outside of the zone, it was really an easy kill coming out from Coke. And Noza trying to be sneaky, trying to rotate from that hill, but able to recognize right away by Coke, and still managed to grab the win. And that's the scores that we are seeing right now. Coke got 6 kills, 6 eliminations, and being on top. That's a lot of points that you can make right now for BR Solo.
Especially in a setting like that, right? You're not facing squads, you're facing individual players. So 6 eliminations by yourself is already a feat on its own. Those are like squad types of eliminations. But congratulations, of course, to Coke for bagging the first win of our day. Also, I gotta give it to Noza, right? That last circle, if not for I'd say the high ground, or rather the positioning advantage or the ambush mentality of Coke at the very end, could have been a lot longer. But again, it is what it is. Matter of skills and positioning. Just game sense altogether. Well done.
Well done indeed. That's the highlights right now that we are showing you. At first, it was really an early battle to where a lot of players in the cell house getting their own weapons right off the bat and getting a kills. And after that, after moving to the mid zone, to the mid part of the game, that's the time to where we're seeing a lot of players doing some camping, and it's kind of like really a slow action battle when we started the 3rd zone.
At the end of it, this right here, when we narrow down our 8 players, it's really gonna get sluggish, right? Because these players, they know better than to challenge anybody. They just want to get that position. This is what I was talking about, right? So Coke, he knew exactly where that firefight took place. But then there it is. Coke had information. He actually had ample information, and because of that, there it is. I have nothing to say. Oh, Doobie and Noza, because of the small point differential here when it comes to I'd say for placement and the kills, and the frags, they're tied. But it is just really now a matter of who actually had the more substantial placement. Super Clark. This is what I'm scared of. You might get a few kills, right? But without the proper placement point as well, it might be a little hard to conquer.
Right. And that's the reason we keep on seeing a lot of players trying to camp and, trying to focus on getting a better placement just because of the points. And they just want to, kind of like gonna somehow be ready and have a better flow of action at the end, before the end of the battle. Like if they started the fourth zone, that's the time to where, well, there's no much options that you can do to where you are being forced to attack your opponents because of the spaces that you only have from the little circle, and keeps on shrinking, keep on and having a smaller circle. So that's the time that you can get a point, plus the fact that already that you might have a chance of better points in having a good placement.
Yeah, for me, it's the placement. We know for a fact that everyone's gonna be shooting, right? But the placement and getting the highest possible placement with an ample number of kills. I'm not gonna say have zero eliminations whatsoever. No, that is almost impossible, right? At this point, granted that it's also a 1v1, but the placement matters, not just for the points, right? But let's be honest here, bragging rights, bro. I survived 29 other players in Alcatraz. So you know what that means. I can stand on my own.
Right, definitely. So imagine that's 30 players. And you managed to survive, and you were crowned as champion. Plus the fact that you have, I could say, a validated number of kills. So it's like, yeah, you were right in saying that it is also a bragging rights. Clearly, indeed, you are good in playing this BR solo in Alcatraz.
So we did not lie to you, folks. We did say it is going to be a very unorthodox way to play BR solo, especially for those of you who are, again, used to the more traditional approach. We're going for round 2 here already, I believe. So Mission Control, kindly correct us. This is going to be a different set of players, or is it? Oh, it is the same, isn't it?
It's the same.
It's the
one.
same set of players. There we go. Thank you very much. So it is the same set of players here, ladies and gentlemen. So Redemption. This right here. Okay, I made a mistake there. Okay, speaking of mistakes, we already have one. Ladies and gentlemen, first elimination, just a few seconds in.
It's crazy. Can you imagine? We are seeing some, only few players trying to get a loot, and yet we are seeing some knockdowns already. So this time, I think it's going to be a slow phase so that they can get more loot. They can get a lot of juices that they can definitely use right now. Cole getting the first blood from his bag right off the bat. Can you imagine being on top? That's going to be insane. So let's see how can he be consistent enough to stay on top, or maybe it will change moving on to this round.
Let's see. As you can see on the side, folks, granted that this is round number 2, we have a chart of the accumulated points of our players. Obviously, Coke, the man to beat. And speaking of Coke, he is still on a tear here, going after Curdy. So, my goodness, Coke, what did you have today? Don't answer that. I think he already had an answer. But yeah, kidding aside, here we go. A little bit of a refill, a little bit of a breathing room over here. Some of these players, actually, they are not waiting, Super Clark. I understand how they're going to be, because they want those points. They cannot go home zilch.
Right. So that's why we're seeing that they're trying to be careful, trying to calculate the movement, and trying to make sure that it's either they're inside of the building or they're on top of the building. So those are the things that we are seeing from the strategies that they're keep on using right now, because it makes sense. If you're going to stay on top, no one can see you easily. If you're going to stay inside of the building, you can be ready, you can be prepared for any other attack, and that's going to be one of your advantages.
Yep. High ground, as always, regardless of which BR we're talking about. Oh, I wish we saw the conclusion of that. Nonetheless, we got Jade Stunna taking out Easy, or Ezzy, if we're reading that correctly, probably Easy. And that's one on the board. 20 players as early as now. We are only, I think, on our first circle, Super Clark. We still got a solid amount of time before we move on to the next one, and we're already seeing a lot of carnage. We also have Rem and Sean with more eliminations on the board. Interesting.
Right, and we keep on seeing some players right now being knocked down with the use of that striker coming out from Noza, just like that. We are still having 16 soldiers on boots. Players right now are really downhill, and Stefano also being one of the targets right here. 2 kills in total from him, going back, changing the player right here with the hack class being used right now. So that's the reason you're seeing some glitches and going on top of the roof. Here we go. we are seeing one player right now trying to scout and definitely finding a lot of details and intel that he needed so that he knows what to do. He knows where to go or to have a better position.
Yeah, and again, these classes, man, they do play such important purposes. As you mentioned, hackers. So that really shuts down a lot of your utilities, right? Especially some of your skills. So we gotta be cautious. You gotta know where to position yourself. A while ago, I remember that there were some encounters that required one of the players to withdraw, or some of the players to withdraw just to save themselves. It's not all about the violence, folks. It is not all about, in my opinion, it's not all about the fights. You gotta know when to hold back as well. You gotta be super careful. Meanwhile, we are looking at a very, very crowded cell house here, Warden's house as well, right? But there are some players who know better. You can see where they are. They're at the officers club. Some of them downtown even. Look at that, Super Clark. Players. We started off fast, but now they realize that, oh no, I have to step on the brakes a little bit.
That is true, and we are seeing a lot of majority of the players right now are inside of the building of Cell House because one, you can be at the second level and you can be on the top of the roof or top of the building, and at the same time, Cell House can give you a lot of juices. So that's why you cannot blame these players staying inside of the cell house. This is it. This is the time to where we'll be seeing a slow phase action once again as you guys are as these players are ready. They got their own loadout. They got their own weapons. They just really don't have any perfect attachment, but that is something that they can definitely use as one of ways to get a kill.
Oh, absolutely. I also feel like some of our players are maybe a little confident, right? Because we're gonna do 7 solid rounds of this Super Card, so they might actually feel that, oh, I'm gonna get them next time. But at the same time, you'll never know. You'll never know how your fate's gonna be. Okay, hold that thought. We're seeing a little bit of action, as we mentioned, Super Clark. They have to be careful. They need to know when to withdraw from a fight. They only get like one chance to engage into something, and they have to make it count.
That is definitely true. And you know what, Pika, just to share, whenever I play Alcatraz, I'm super aggressive. And that's the reason as well that I keep on losing from any gunfights. The moment I learn that I shouldn't be always aggressive, that's the time to for me to learn how to, just take some time, rotate, have a better location, create some space. And speaking of space, that's the space that he has right now. Even if he is definitely getting a lot of damages from that attack and he doesn't have any idea where the opponent was, he managed to survive.
That's exactly my point, buddy. You gotta learn how to pull your punches every now and then. It's not all the time that you're gonna be fishing on the same spot, right? So who knows, man? Instead of reeling in fish, you might reel in an alligator. You don't want that. So, okay. Coke. Is Jay Stunner gonna be the challenger here? Can we see that? I hope we get to see that. Yep. Oh, it's still Coke. Are you serious? It's still Coke. Amazing.
Clearly amazing, and we are seeing some prominent teams that we have from this solo. We have Unbothered Esports, we have OTG, we have Blackfire. You got to be careful with VC as well. We have BG, so a lot of prominent teams already playing in a BR solo. ASC as well, one of the prominent teams that we have in BR community. So let's see how it goes, because the Unbothered Esports is really being proud to cope being crowned as champion on a match 1. So the question there, can he do some back-to-back at the end of the match 2, or another prominent team, or another, the casual player trying to join and put his name on top on this Alcatraz BR solo tournament? Who knows? That makes this battle interesting.
I agree. I feel that a change of flavor every now and then should be nice. Should be nice. For now, let's get back to the action here. More separation, right, from our players. This is a very familiar sight. You said it yourself, Super Clark, that you need to get that higher ground for the time being. Just buy yourself some time, get a good vantage point, just like what we're seeing from the players. A while ago, we saw some of them players roaming around the tents, possibly for that loot and a little bit of or the camps, right? So just to make sure that I'm gonna be here. I'll make sure that I get some supplies up until I need to relocate. I gotta rotate. There it is again. As we mentioned, we got Doof over here just taking time. I'm pretty sure that's just like one finger on the phone or something. Okay, I gotta relax. I'm not hearing anything, so might as well.
Right. And the reason it is very important to have a high ground is because it is really easy for you to put your aim down to the head of your opponents. As we are seeing right here, he knows already that he's at the ground, and he's definitely provoking and checking if there's someone out there closer to his location, but in no avail. So it only means that he's still safe, right? And looking at our champion right here, Coke, he's still staying on top of this building, and one of these players right now also on top. So it only means that they know already that this is very important, having the high ground, playing the BR, just because when you put a damage on the head, sometimes it's just one top or two tops. All right, that's going to be the end game for your opponents.
Absolutely. Apart from like aim vantage point, let's be honest here, the real priority is just to get a good view out of everything, if possible, right? You get to see where, well, one, you get to see where the drops are landing easier. Number two, it's just to get to check out some movement from the lower side, or from basically from the neutral ground of the entire map. Not to mention, yeah, just like this, you see, over the shoulder POV. And imagine if you already have the high ground, you gotta nudge just a little bit forward, enough for the camera to pan over your head and see who's down there. Oh, we got a little bit of trouble here. Oh, but again, Coke on top. My goodness, Danzy is out of there.
That's two prominent teams, Unbothered Esports and Blockfire, and Dan loses the battle to Unbothered Esports, the grand champion. Earlier on in match one, another kill that we are seeing coming out from Ram, definitely trying to somehow get a great comeback, because he loses the battle on the first match and closely being on top. So maybe he learned something on the first match, so that's the reason he's trying to take good care of his position right now.
I hope so. I hope the lesson has been learned here. And again, Rem just opting to keep that striker. We saw the damage that it could really do in the previous match, and much more now. All right, so down to the last 10 players, comparative to earlier where we were gearing a little bit towards the southern side of our map. We are now moving a little south west over here, covering the ruins, the cell house, and we're going to be forcing some of our players who are by the officers club and the docks to kind of come close, right? They're going to have to eventually move in. Not to mention one of the crucial drops, right? One of the supply drops are actually inside the safe zone.
That is correct. So let's see, we're seeing right now, he's definitely trying to challenge. Whoa, bang, cracking out this, getting back in. Deuce loses the battle to Coke once again. That's a clever way to find some intel. After knowing that someone is out there, and he knows already that he cracked out that vest easily, and that's the time that he's not taking a reload for his lava rim mix mythic AK-117, and he make it work. He managed to get a win.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay, here we go. The silence once again. It is one of those, folks. It's like an active volcano. You get that eruption every now and then. It goes real quiet, then it's gonna hurt. Uh-oh. And that's it. That's what we're talking about. If the quiet didn't last very long here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in pursuit. Let's see how this is gonna go. Ooh! Kudo managed to get out of there. Oh, never mind. Was that Stefano?
Yep.
Ah, the prison. We're back here. We're back in the cell house.
Oh!
Kudo, man. Ready with the echo. Ooh, the greed. The greed. Oh, my goodness. Kudo. Okay. Gotta give props to Kudo for that. Amazing play.
Kudos to Kudo. Getting a lot of patience from that match, and being smart enough to somehow find a ways on how to survive and wait for the perfect timing to use that echo for the one top. He's being successful. Oh my god, we are only seeing that we still have 7 soldiers on boots right now. A lot of players trying to be ready. Still a lot of players inside of the cell house, and again, one only player inside of the circle. So let's see what's gonna happen next.
My gosh, I did mention that earlier, Super Clark. The players are gonna have to make haste and get inside the safe zone. So it is what the safe zone, or rather the play zone, entails. They do have to go in. Otherwise, you know the rest of the drill. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that they're taking their sweet time. As I mentioned earlier, they're gonna try to squeeze out as much, at least safety and downtime as they can before they're forced to move in. But we only have like less than a minute before that happens, Super Clark.
Right, so we will be seeing some movements, hopefully, or still not. Yep, still not much movement from these players because they know already they're just gonna wait for the zone to shrink. And the most important thing, as you can see right here, he's at the edge of the safe zone, so he might be using a mag class maybe, or he has his own class just to be ready, and still showing you the player on top, the champion of the first match, no other than Unbothered Coke, with 8 kills. Oh my god, 8 elimination, ladies and gentlemen.
Get to safety.
No, I can't with this, man. Because the way that Coke actually plays this is he's very confident that he's gonna win every single fight. And that's what I'm seeing from him right now. He's ready to take on anybody. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna be sitting back, relaxing, and see how Coke does his magic. Okay. Sensei there. Striker action taking out Sean. Oh, we are down to our Sinister 6, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Trickster being activated in Cole, finding some intel right now at the edge of this building from the cell house. Ren is still being alive. Doof trying to rotate. And Sensei still trying to find a ways, creating some space from Doof. And here we go, being found already with a crowd, with the crack of that vest. But let's see, how can he manage to survive right now? He managed to do some reset. Still, Kudo is still out there. Oh my god. The clever man inside of the cell house still being alive.
I like that. And we did get a gather of our airdrop, so them supplies is gonna come in handy a little later on, folks. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Got some action. Someone on the skylights here. Ooh. Okay. Gotta take it easy. We still got Coke up there. Just stalking. You see how Coke moves, man? He's allowing these players to soften each other up, and then Coke will be there for the frags. Sensei taking out Kudo after that wonderful showing, also falling, ironically, to a shell, Super Clark.
Right, that's really a powerful striker win from Sensei. Truly a master from this VR, but let's see how long can he manage to survive. Trickster being activated once again at your back. You gotta watch your 6. Here we go. Can he still make it? Ren still being alive at the edge of the safe zone. He knows already the location of his opponent on this tree. Let's see how effective he is right now. He knows already that no one is at his back, so that's the reason why he's still safe, and we still have 5 soldiers on boots.
Oh, and yes, more activation, more bait, more decoys here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, not falling for it. A beautiful choice. Okay. You can tell, after playing this for a while, guys, you can really tell. And more supply drops. You heard that, Super Clark? Oh, some of our players are going to get their hands full. Let's see how that's going to be. Last 5 players here. Man, Coke. Again, this is what we're talking about. This is the wisdom, Super Clark. The man is staying away from everyone's line of sight, just making sure that they tenderize each other before he jumps right in.
Which is really a smart move from Coke, because he knows already that he got 8 eliminations. He just really need to be on top and be crowned as champion to add more points and be consistent. He just planning to have a back-to-back win, which really definitely has a chance to do that here.
Dude, it's not impossible at all, man, because of the way he delivers, the way that he plays this out very cautiously. And this is one word I throw out a lot, and I'm pretty sure you've heard me say that over and over again. He is not greedy, right? Because some of the players, granted that you do get some points off of eliminations, yes, there is time pressure somewhat, but if you're going to be the one looking for the fights, then you better be ready to take that on when you do find it. Here we go. I think that what's going on here is that we're seeing the use of the supply drop as a lure, a decoy, or rather bait, if you will, if someone would actually do such thing. Oh.
Necklace being activated right now. This is going to be a close quarter battle. Repairing the armor using that blue play. Can he get it? And just like that, Rand saying goodbye because Duke with the one tap using that BY-15. But you gotta be ready because Coke still got a good view from your location. Oh my God, losing
he jumps right in.
patience. So let's see, he's just really planning to get his own loadout right now, but also being clever using that drone to find anyone out there. So we still have few more zones to go. Is this gonna be Coke still or not? And he's definitely allowing the remaining soldiers to fight each other. So let's see, this is a 1v1v1.
I like that. Sensei also not giving himself to any player, not to give a point, allowing the play zone to actually take him. Here we go. Shots fired already. Take it slow. Stefano here is behind the shed. Gotta be careful. Coke in pursuit. Oh! There's the striker. 1 down, 1 to go.
Most wanted fighting against Unbothered Esports. Is this gonna be Doof? Is this gonna be Coke? A back-to-back, or another player will take that bet away from Coke. Connect us a few shots using that frag already. Let's see how effective he is. Getting some kinetics from the airdrop. Just like that, he's definitely taking his time right now.
Man, this is also very tricky because Coke has all the things that he needs for reconnaissance work, right? There's the drone. Okay, this is not looking good for Doof despite all the health possibilities that he can, or rather all the resources that he can use to heal. Here we go, Doof trying to use a little bit of cover here. But Coke, you can tell how calculated he is so far here, Super Clark. And let's not forget that, okay. I'm holding my breath. Doof has good for mid-range combat, but nothing for up close.
Rotating, trying to buy some time, but trying to find a ways on how to connect. Still reloading, and Cole clearly has a lot of patience. The question right now here, who will be the clever player to end this match? Here we go. Connected some few shots once again from Doom. Here we go.
Tempest.
They're going to end. This is going to be the
Tempest
once again. Oh my God.
He's going in.
1v1. One time. Oh, Doom.
Hey!
Taking away the belt from Gold.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Doof dethroning Coke very, very early on, Super Clark. I love it. And just when we thought we were going to have a back-to-back with Coke, man, Doof just literally outplayed Coke right there. And again, pardon me when I said that there might be nothing that he could use for close quarters, but there it was. He ended that match, or Doof ended that match, with a close quarter win. I like that.
That is definitely true. Crazy good battle with a one top of BY-15. It only means that he clearly knows how to use it with a combination of great movement sliding in. But the disadvantage of Coke out there, because he got no space, he went outside of the zone a bit to where he got some damage. So that's the reason Doof taking that advantage, because he knows for a fact that he just only need one shot out there to knock him down. And at the end, Most Wanted Doof got the win, taking over the belt of champion from Coke. And because of that one, he's on top with 4 kills, annihilation. But looking at the number of kills from Coke, brother, that's 9 total of kills.
I was gonna say that. Remember, we did talk about it, that at the end of it all, them frags and the placement points, they go hand in hand. And sometimes it's not all about the frags, but if you don't get that placement point, then you're still not the clear victor. In this case, it's Doof. More opportunistic, I would say, Super Clark, than bloodthirsty. Because Coke really was bloodthirsty. Let's be honest here. He has 9 eliminations for this one, for this bout.
Right. And, you know, we started off with aggressive gameplay inside of the cell house. They got their own weapons, and also Kudo really having a Kudos win out there and having a lot of patience. Trickster being activated it works a lot most of the time. He got the elimination, but still, all of the battles that we keep on seeing from this highlights are inside of the sellout. We completely understand that one because a lot of good loot that you can find inside of the sellouts building, but a little bit of action outside on this sellouts building. As you can see right here, Stefano trying to make a play, fighting against Coke, one of the best players, but losing the battle using that striker.
Oh man. Okay, I'll be honest here. I'm enjoying the fact that we're getting a diversity in our frags. Right, the very first one we got automatic weapon, and then now we got ourselves a BY-15 to finish it off. But we'll get to that a little later. Here we go, Doof with 15 placement points. Amazing work, only with 4 frags. And you see, because of that, I said it earlier, Super Clark, 19 to 19, it was really, really close. The biggest differential really was just the placement points. Doof, he recognized that. He recognized that I have to survive more than I need to kill. And there it is.
That's right. We are seeing it. Even if he got only 4 eliminations, he's still on top in terms of number of points. True enough. And for all of the players not able to get a kill and no placement points, you still don't need to worry because we still have a lot of games to go, and that's going to be your chance right now to shine and somehow find a better building that you can use. Why not try to use my favorite one, Modern Industries? It has a lot of loot as well, and you are also free to roam around a building because no one will think that's, someone will be dropping off from the Modern Industries building. It's not really the usual or a hot drop building that you can choose in Alcatraz.
It's a little painful as well, Super Clark, that some of our players, just to add to your point, right? Apart from all that's going on within the map itself, let's talk about the points. So some of our players are yet to get a single point. But then again, it's really early. I just feel that they do need that additional drive for them to rack up those eliminations, because it just takes one good game, right? Like one good flow state for the entire complexion of this entire series to shake up. What if the next guy comes from 0 but makes it all the way to the top, right? Getting that victory as well as a bunch of frags. Who's to say? Who's to say, ladies and gentlemen?
Right, even if you don't have a kill and you manage to survive, maybe at the end definitely you have to kill maybe just one elimination, but still you will have a bonus of 15 points. So if you're at the very bottom, you might have a better chance being on the top 10 leaderboards from BR Solo, and you will have a chance to get some COD points, right? So that's something that you need to think of. You got to be able to strategize and make sure to be smart enough if you're going to play placing points or if you're going to play elimination points.
Absolutely. It is your call, to be honest. Like, if for anybody who's playing this, it is their call whether I want to go in. I have enough resources, I have enough health supplies, I can take on challenges, I can take on my opponents. So, let bygones be bygones, to be honest. Now, again, for the third time, ladies and gentlemen, for the third drop, and we are moving quick. For some of our players, they know that this might be the charm. We are at Battle Royale Solo match number 3 here. Let's see who's gonna get first blood once again, or who's gonna probably challenge our previous champion. Ooh,
An early battle we are seeing.
that doof!
Oh my God, Sensei getting that kill right away. Great job. That's a good elimination. He got no choice but to fight back, and that's the reason why that's an early blood that we keep on seeing from this start of the match of match 3. But looking at it, someone heard me choosing to go down to Modern Industry, and we are only seeing one player out there. I kid you not. That's a lot of... You won't be having any doubt by choosing to go to drop off to the Modern Industry, because it has a lot of weapons. It has a lot of, I should say, kinetics that you can have as well, and somehow you can choose what kind of class that you can have in depending on your strategies.
Yo, Chip, ready for
Yeah.
upgrade.
And again, class, right? We'll talk about that in just a bit. I feel that regardless of the class, your positioning will really be absolutely paramount. Should you, as you said, it has to be where you're dropping. You gotta get your resources in, regardless of your class. You gotta get those upgrades very soon, but you gotta get your medical supplies. You gotta get ample weapons in case you get a very early encounter. Speaking of that, there we go. Black N taking out Capo, care of the Echo, and again, we saw how Echo works earlier. Really, really beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh, Dancy taking out easy. A very early exit, unfortunately, Super Clark.
That's definitely true, and we are seeing some greatness from the prominent teams of Blackfire and AC. Doesn't have any answer. Oh my God, that's a third party out there, and Doob able to get that win. But you got to be careful because Coke is really near to your location. So we know for a fact that Coke is freaking dangerous. So you got to be ready fighting against him. And right now, this time it's kind of like a change plan. Maybe he doesn't have any choice. He's not yet on top of the cell house building, which is his favorite this time. But looking at it, Coke, Negoruro trying to connect some few shots using that MG42 striker combination. And right now, this is the one that we keep on saying from day one and day two with Brother Pika, because if you're using some LMG, it will take forever for the reload.
Wow. Okay, very interesting choices here for some of our players, man. And I'll say this right now. I think our players are learning immediately. Around this same time in the previous game, we've already narrowed down. Okay, you know what? Forget exactly what I said. These players are going fast. A while ago, I was like saying that around this same time, we were only at what? Maybe 16, 17? But now, we are down to 13. A dozen only? Again, this fast? Are you serious? Okay, some players are either learning the good way or they're learning the hard way, Super Clark. I'll leave it at that.
Which is clearly the one that we are seeing right now. We only have 12 soldiers, so we might be seeing, well, a camping gameplay once again from these players. In fact, we just started our zone. This is still in the first zone, can you imagine? And yet we're only seeing 12 soldiers. So a huge space, a huge battlefield that they can play in right now, using that pump, as you can see, trying to take the advantage of the high ground this time, going on to the roof. That's the advantage of having some class that you can use. And that's the reason also one of the goal that you can have is to find a perfect class that you can use for any gunfights.
Yes, absolutely. I feel, yeah. Okay. Okay, let me think out loud here, Super Clark. With this dozen right here, do you think that it'll be wise for them to actually finally stray away from the usual spots, right? You see how that small island at the bottom, we know this already. If there is nothing there. There is nothing and possibly no one there. Would you say that it's better to stall for the time being and then go back? You see where the circle's going, right? There's a huge chance that that circle will be untouched for the remainder of this, I'd say for the remaining 5 minutes or so. Would you say it's better that way?
It's better that way. It also depends on their play style. Some of the players, like me, I'm always aggressive. So I feel like, trying to look for any other opponents right away, because I know my skills, but not always 100, confident in having a 1v1 situation. But yeah, I'm still confident that I can still get a win. Maybe because there's a respawn, but this BR Solo doesn't have any respawn. So maybe that's the reason they're changing their approach, the strategy being activated to where they just really need to be careful.
Mm-hmm. I agree. They do have to be very, very cautious, man, moving forward. Okay. Can I say this as well? This is probably the fastest match we've had so far out of the three. I think this is the fastest match so far.
I agree.
Would you? Yeah, right. It is. It absolutely is. Anyways, so it's not like we can change the players' minds here, folks. But again, this is what I was talking about, Super Clark. Some of them might be thinking, I have to get something on the board. Right now, we only have 3 players who are yet to get a single point, Super Clark. So the pressure must be subconsciously getting to them. I would say so.
Right. Or if you think that you won't be able to get a kill, why not target the 10 extra points that you will have
right,
if
that's
you will
right.
get the second placer, right? So OTG Zach plays. Zach plays. He's not being aggressive because he doesn't have any sniper, but he has a better position. He's definitely inside of that tower and definitely know all of the location of his opponents. He just really need to find and buy a lot of time right now. Patiently wait for the zone to shrink, as you can see right here. If this is not a bug from our as spectator, as you can see from the graphics, this is still a first zone. Can you imagine? We are playing 7 minutes already, and yet we're only seeing 9 soldiers on boots. Close water battle this time. Oh my god! Being surprised with the trickster. Sometimes if oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. Zach definitely enjoying because he has what? Is that a GKS and BY-15? There's definitely a long-range weapon that he can definitely use. All he can do is, have fun.
That is definitely going to the highlights. 100%. That's going to our highlights later. Okay, Zach plays. Keeping an eye on you, buddy. But we gotta get a little bit of that, for the sanity purposes. You know what I mean? Just a breather every now and then. Anyways. Fastest game so far with only 6 contenders remaining, ladies and gentlemen. And we are still looking at Coke with a significant lead on top of everybody else. 37 to the next best player, which is Doof, right, at 24. I can only imagine what's going through the mind of our other players here. Granted that Coke remains to be the head honcho of our BR solo here, Super Clark.
But it's a bit slower for him this time in terms of elimination because he only got 3 kills. And our crown champion earlier, Most Wanted Doof, doesn't have any kill. Zach plays still enjoying, as you can see, showing some great moves. All of the emotes that he has right now, he can definitely use it. He's definitely has his own stage, rather.
He does. And again, oh my gosh. Okay, Zach. I know you're feeling yourself there, buddy, but we got to get more on the board. All love. All right. This is going to go there. There's Doof again. So this is going to be personal, ladies and gentlemen. Doof, our previous champion, being hunted, soloed by Coke. He wins again. He wins again, Super Clark. Uh-oh. Coke's in trouble, guys.
Same gameplay. BY-15. One top from Doof.
And of course.
And Zach.
Right back on the groove, just staying limber. I can't with this I cannot with this right now, dude. I swear.
Doof with the 5. We still have 5 soldiers on boots as well. We are just in the second, so we haven't go to the distance in terms of the amount of time that they are playing. We're not yet having the mid part of the battle to where, a lot of players might be having their own arsenal. Right now, they're just taking their chances, having a better position, looking, scouting. That's the only thing that they can do. Aside from the dancing of Zach plays inside of that tower.
You gotta have that spice of life every now and then, But I get it. It is part of the game, right? So, anyways. Back to the topic at hand here. We still have a little bit of business to take care of. Look at Doof. Man, I have grown much more respect from where I stood when Doof started this entire thing. You saw how it wasn't Doof actually that was hunting. Basically, the way that I see it, Super Clark, it wasn't Doof hunting Coke.
Right.
It was Coke who went for him. Oh, okay.
And that is something that... he gotta think, like, what did I do? That was clearly my mistake. But right now, Zach plays because Sensei being clever, throwing out gases earlier. So Zach plays is not here anymore. He changes his location. He went to the cell house, and that's going to be another spot for him. But he won't be able to dance anymore because that's going to be too dangerous. Cell house again is the hot drop building that we always have playing Alcatraz.
Oh man. And again, you're right. Super Clark. Zach is just taking his sweet time, right? He's chilling. He vibing actually. Oh, okay, but that's what I'm talking about. No, Zach, party time is over. Sensei. That's what I was talking about. Oh, Man, I am cracking up. You know, the main reason I was really thinking that is because maybe, just maybe, one, he wants to loosen up, and two, he realized that, okay, I've survived long enough for some placement points, but dang, that's not enough though.
I kid you not. He only has GKS and BY-15, so that's gonna be for close quarter battle. So that's why he got no choice from Sensei. But Doof right now with 5. We still have 4 players to go. We're still about to start the mid part of the battle. OTG Lem is being afraid right now, not moving any muzzle at all.
Hmm. Now this one I can get behind, man. That position is so difficult to sniff out, right? And that's survival right there. Okay, everybody's been busy. I can be as calm as I can. Because, dude, again, imagine if Lem, right, was able to find the last piece of the puzzle undamaged with all the resources he needs, and they have zero clue where he's coming from. That's the perfect win.
That is definitely true. What if, bro, you're, let's say the situation is 1v1, but the thing is, your opponent got lost or killed by the safe zone. Let's say that killed by the safe zone, and you don't have any kill, but still got the top one. So,
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Who's to say the chance will not be on your side that way, right?
right.
Anyways, this is one of my favorite skins, by the way. I love this guy. Anyways, so yeah, just like this. This is exactly where Zach was vibing to earlier. So yeah, we know for a fact. Okay, I can take the spot. This is comfy. I got a good sense of perception here. I'm on high ground, and I'm unseen. But again, you don't get no placement points, buddy. Or rather, you don't get no elimination points, rather. Hmm.
And knows that right now. He knows already his opponent, but the advantage would be on most wanted Doof. He's clearly close to the arsenal. So if he wanted to make sure that he's powerful enough in terms of his weapons, he's gonna take that risk. But let's see. We know already how good he is. We saw already how challenging it was fighting against Doob earlier, but he still managed to get a win, and also getting the win fighting against with Coke, which is our crown champion from the match 1. But Doof right
I
now
agree.
basically waiting right here. Same thing with
Yeah.
Noza. He got the sniper, but the elevation is not enough. But they can still,
Yes.
he can still manage that one. He can still, have a better use of that sniper.
And Clark, I'll be real. Those 3 supply drops, those 3 airdrops right there, they look absolutely tempting, bro.
Yeah.
So, whew, I wonder who's gonna budge. Well, Lem is closest to everything. If we're gonna be practical about it, Lem does have a very, very good means of staying out of harm's way for a long time, or at least long enough for him to be stormed by some of our players. These 5 players, ladies and, or rather these 4 players right here, I want to see who's gonna step on the gas first. It looks like we have our answer here.
Knows the location of Sensei, but he got no choice because the zone is definitely shrinking. Sensei right now adjusting the location, being found by Noza. He got a first blood from his bag, and being, or I should say, facing the temptation of getting his own loadout from the arsenal. But let's see what's gonna happen next. But dude, right now, seeing Sensei, you gotta be careful, bro.
An open space. We know how this is gonna go. Somebody who has the higher ground advantage. Oh, okay, here we go. Yep, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Hope you have enough medical resources or at least supplies to heal. Oh boy. Yeah, this is the danger that we're talking about, Super Clark. Sooner or later, someone's gotta give. Someone has to make that move.
Noza doesn't have any intel. Oh my god,
Lem.
Lem. Okay. Dude, right now, I think he has a better advantage. He got a kinetic earlier, so he can definitely use that one. he is about to be ready. Sensei got a good upgraded class, Trickster on Noza, so that can be used for any close water battle. But the weapon choices that he has was, a sniper, so he might be good in using that sniper. Who knows? And AK-117, so both can do damage from the long range.
Yes, both definitely can. Okay. Now I'm thinking. I'm thinking long and hard how this is gonna be. Uh-oh. Take it ever so slowly. Yeah, Lem. Dude, the man who cannot be moved. Literally. He is just right there.
Here we go.
Lem,
Right?
you are still in the corner where I first saw you, buddy.
Yeah. Here we go. Noza. They know the location. You got to be careful with Doof. He can rotate anytime, but that's really too far. He needs some range, but being careful as well. Lem also still, like Pika is saying, the man can be moved. And Noza, you got to be careful, buddy, because in no time, you might be attacked by Doof. Here we go. Sensei about to be aggressive. He knows already there's someone underneath him. So let's see. It's a matter of time right now. But Sensei decided to take some time.
And man, we still have our the possibility of a two-time champ here. Doof is still alive, right? And ever so patient, I would add. We got Sensei here. Also, I think it's Sensei's the one who's done some of the most significant, I'd say, rotations, right? Some of the more significant moves for the entire match so far. He has gone from way, way across the map up
Right.
until up until he gets to this part, and yeah, I'd say good luck to Sensei because these other players have already pre-positioned themselves. They already know where they're gonna stay for the remainder of the round, right?
Correct.
Lem, my goodness, the man has already built roots up in that tent.
That's maybe this is the one that we are discussing earlier. So he's just aiming for the points, the 15 points. He might get a kill, or he might lose the battle for the 1v1 at the very end, but still got the 10 points. But who knows, right? But Doof still going wild earlier, but he got no choice right now. He
here we
will
go.
be forced to get closer right now from the location of Noza. Drone being activated. He knows already that someone is out there. Here we go. Let's see if Noza will have some answer in using his class, which is a trickster. Let's see if he's going to activate that one. But you got to be careful because Sensei is definitely on top of you.
Yeah, big problem. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Oh yes, position revealed. There goes Noza. Okay, how far? Oh, there it is. Sensei reaping the rewards of his patience and his travels here. Down to the last three players, and again, where is? You know what? Don't answer that. Where is Lem? But okay, I see you. I see you, Lem. I see you. I see you. Actually, I do not see you. But yeah, you'll be okay.
But he got some arsenal right now. That's one
He
of his
does. He
advantages.
does.
So let's see.
This is it. You can't hide forever, man.
Doof clearly knows how to use the legendary smoke where no one can see you. But also, it has some weakness because someone knows already your location, but it's going to be
I was
hard
gonna say that.
to attack. And here we go at your back. Oh my God.
Lem.
Dude! With one tap once again using that BY-15, bro. And we are down to 1v1.
Okay, are we passing the throne or is Doof gonna retain? This is the big question. And an even bigger problem here for Doof. Okay, there's the drone. Yep, ladies and gentlemen. No siree for a two-timer in the form of Doof. Congratulations to Sensei. Amazing work. All that patience, Super Clark. The balance. It was absolutely weighed to perfection by Sensei. He was not too stoic and he was not too mobile. He was able to find that equilibrium. I gotta move in, but I gotta stop.
Right.
I'm gonna move in again, then I'm gonna stop. Such opportunistic play, and you gotta love it, man. Sensei, you are insane.
Clearly insane. He is definitely good. He knows how to use that drone class. And true enough, he started with Noza, not able to make it. It was really hard for him. And then Doof outside of the zone, getting some damages, a little bit only, and he got no choice but to be inside of the zone because of the huge amount of damage that you can get if you stay outside of the zone. And we know for already that the class of Doof is also a drone class, but the class is not yet ready for Doof, so that's why Ram able to, I mean, Sensei able to outclass him using that drone itself. He got a taste of his own class.
This is exactly what I'm talking about with Sensei, man. Like, there's a certain degree of game sense that he's operating in. Wherein I have to go in, but I don't have to go in too much. I have to wait, but I can't wait too long. You see, I like that. I like that in the player. There is the proper gauging of whether or not this was the right thing to do. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the action here from Coke, right? We thought that Coke was gonna do it again. We thought that Coke was gonna get his throne back. You know, granted, the first match we saw how he was doing, but I felt that he gave into the bloodlust right there, man. I felt that he went after Doof, and that really cost him. That actually cost him.
Which is definitely true. I couldn't agree more, because maybe he got caught by his 100% confidence, knowing that he won the match on the first one. And after that, he's thinking that, hey, what's up? I'm cooking.
Yeah.
So that's why he lost the battle. That's one of his mistakes out there.
Good.
But also, that mistake is something that he can still be proud of, because he fought Doof, who happens to be the champion of our match too. But at the very end, Doof not able to make it, not being ready of his class, and Sensei use it first in taking that advantage at the very end.
And again, that's a great point that you're making there, Super Clark. You know, those classes, the region, right? Basically, the cooldown of them class skills. You gotta pay attention to that as well. It really plays a huge part in victory. We did mention that earlier. These classes, these choices of classes, they also come in handy. We saw how Noza stuck with the psychosis. Obviously, we know that already. But it has its limits. It only has a certain barrier where it can be used to its full effect. And some people will not fall for it. We've seen that already. Okay, here we go. Sensei with a 20 solid points.
Look at them, brother.
Care of the placement, bro. Exactly. Thank you.
And our party goer, Zach, 7-0.
Dude, I can say the same for Lem, bro. You know, at least Zach was dancing somewhere. You know what I mean? Lem literally with a sleeping bag, bro, where he was. For the entire match, he was right there. The man who can't be moved, indeed.
At least Zach he
was moving.
Exactly. Kind of like he has his own highlights. He created his own stage, and we were able to see that earlier. So crazy Zach. That's the reason he put his name Zach Plays. He can play definitely in terms of emote. He can definitely dance. But Lamb, oh Lamb, the man can be moved, but still got the 9 points at the end of this match. Crazy match 3, but we are not yet done, because we will be showing you the over.
You know, I was taking note of these moments, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I shared this on my page as well. This is too funny to miss. Here we go. We have Coke with 46 total points, and not far behind we have Doof. I think that match right there, Doof surviving that long, was really contributory to how much points that he was able to make. Sensei with 32 points, Noza with 23, and Lem for some reason is on the top 5 with one frag, but a good solid 16 total placement points so far.
I can say great job. It's hard for me to say great job, but it is what it is. He got
It
a
do be.
bonus 6 points with 1 elimination. That's crazy. Zach plays getting the 15th placer with 9 bonus points with no kill yet, but still got his own stage. We know already that he can dance.
Man, my blood pressure is off the roof, bro. I'm telling you, which is funny. I love it. But again, a little bit of pressure here on the side of Kapug, if I'm reading that correctly,
Right.
with 0 of everything. No placement, no eliminations just yet. It is going to be of value now that we're moving to our 4th match, Super Clark. So something has to happen, right? These players, they have to pick up the pace. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to return for more of the BR action here at Community Gladiators 2025.
Minutes to helo extraction. Be advised, Queegee is in your immediate vicinity. Contract fulfilled. Prepare for exfil. Extraction.
Helo inbound. 50 seconds to extraction.
There's a legend told on Serpent Island. A warrior could not pierce the serpent's body, and so It tricked it into swallowing a sharp blade. When we made plans to detonate the Kurahana Go, we had no idea that bombs had already been planted inside the ship. Now, the Kurahana Go has run aground here, and the T3 it was transporting has drawn the world's attention. This is not an end. After all, chaos creates opportunity.
Three games in, and we are yet to see a repeated victor. My name is Pika, joined by Super Clark. This is still the Call of Duty Mobile Community Gladiators 2025 Open Division for our Battle Royale Solo. My goodness, Super Clark, we're seeing some common names already, right? And we're seeing some people making impacts in more ways than one. So I am personally thinking what match number 4 is going to be like, honestly.
Hence the name Solo. They got their own highlights. So
Yeah.
I could say kudos to all of the players because they're definitely having fun playing the BR Solo. It makes it more interesting because no revival available. But before that, let's remind everyone once again 400,000 COD points that you can get for MP in a BR Solo with 10,000 COD points, and the overall MVP will be getting 1,000 CP. And after the solo mode, we're gonna have the last day of this community Gladiators Open Division on BR Squad, to where they will get 40,000 COD points and 1,000 still for the MVP.
You see those points right there. They're more than enough to get the players enticed, right? But again, I'm more of glory than glitter. But that's just me. You know, I feel that our players are really trying to prove a point here. We saw that happen earlier with Coke and with Doof. So let's see how that's going to be. And speaking of, this is exactly what happened. We started with 300. We are down to our last 30 players here for the solo. Now, I'm pretty sure with all this at stake, these players also want a little bit of that bragging rights. They want their names on that podium, if so to speak. But again, a quick reminder for all of you who missed the previous 2 days of multiplayer action. We are now at day number 3 of our playoffs here at the Community Gladiators. Tomorrow, we are going to have our squad. But for now, keep your eyes fixated on our solo
Okay, all right.
contenders.
So, right, and we might be seeing a lot of prominent teams joining the squad tomorrow. But we are not yet done to our BR solos. So you can see we have Unbuttered, we have Most Wanted, and we have Sensei, the casual player, I could say, because he doesn't have any clan. Who knows? Or he might only change his own IGN just to join this BR solo tournament. But who knows? Because even if we're seeing some prominent esports, prominent clans for BR community right now, I don't see any consistency. I don't see
There we
any
go.
back-to-back win. But speaking of win, we are starting the match 4. Good evening to all of you guys. Good evening to all of the good people. This is the match 4 of the BR solo, and definitely I don't know what to think anymore. If this is gonna be Doof, is this gonna be another win from Sensei? Who knows? We don't have any back-to-back, but let's see what's gonna happen.
And another thing to note, Super Clark, is that we started off the flight path on a different direction. We came from the northwest side of our map. So again, there's going to be probably a different formula altogether here with our players when it comes to their choice of drop zones. Now, we got Coke already with the striker to warm things up. Beautiful work. And again, as we kept iterating earlier, no one has repeated anything thus far. Beautiful echo frag right there from 67. I'm not going to say that as the new gen kids would say it.
Changing it to MG42. He's definitely planning to have a long range strategy. So let's see. A lot of players right now. Same thing with Zach. This time he got a better weapon, so he won't be dancing anymore. He has MG42 and BY15 on top of the building of the cell house.
Oh, yes. Man. And the far one, we've been seeing a lot of far ones, but not really a lot of successful frags with it. We've seen some AS Vals and some strikers every now and then, but none of the far ones. I'm or the F far ones as we would read it. Okay, here we go. But the BY-15s really coming into play here. You know, Super Clock, this is also one thing I like. The big bias on my end because I'm a shotgun guy, right? Okay. Oh, dodged bullets there literally was Coke. Let's see if Coke's gonna answer the challenge here by Lapis.
Oh my God, he's about to draw. He's about to draw. Oh shoot, Coke, after drawing the blood, he's definitely drinking a lot of Coke just to get back to his energy and adrenaline. Great kill out there.
Okay, a lot slower here this time around, guys. We still got 22 names on the board. Still active, still going. We got blue taking out Deus T.01.
Oh my God. Yeah, QWERTY getting easy, having an easy kill. Coke once again, this time doing some reset, finding some good juices. Noza, on the other hand, is still trying to connect from the long range. We saw him earlier from the previous match. He got the sniper, but not able to somehow get a chance of getting more kills, being caught off guard by Sensei using the drone. Let's see if he can learn something on that experience. And here we go. Zach plays, not dancing and getting some damages from behind. He needs to do some research right now. And here we go. Sensei.
Yes, absolutely.
Still on the top of this building.
And this is what happened earlier, right? Sensei just used proper positioning as usual. And if you're a long time BR player, you would know that this is very valuable for, you know, Sensei. And not to mention, he does have his drone ready should the situation call for it. Now let's see if someone's gonna challenge Sensei all over the rooftop. If this high ground is actually going to be challenged, because again, this is what I was mentioning earlier. Super Clark, Sensei was able to retain his spot for a very long time, and when should he need to leave, you know, just go for the rotations. He was ready. He was absolutely ready. I did say a while ago he had probably some of the most diverse routes leading to. Are you serious, Lem? Really, really? You know, I'm not going to say anything. But going back to Sensei, look at this. He still goes back around getting the resources. More likely than not, he's going to go back to the roof here, Super Clark.
Right. I couldn't agree more. And he's the only player being active. Keep on rotating, keep on changing his location, looking for a better loot from any building that he has, and definitely being lucky enough to find some blue plates. And like that, Zach right now going up to the building of the cell house.
Okay. And for good reason, I would say. But Lem, you know what? I have nothing to say right now. Lem, I know you got plans, bro. But could we at least pick a different tent or something? But I don't know. Anywho, Zach plays once again, but this time around we're not getting any musically inclined movement from Zach plays. Just playing practical. Playing around the time. Oh, okay, there we go. This time, he's not caught. Oh, never mind. Oh, I was going to say, Super Clark, that Zach is not caught looking another way.
Right.
But there, sad.
Too early elimination. Noza, Sean, Lem, definitely not moving. Doob, still finding some intel that he can use right now. If that's really a better position. Coke finding someone right now, no other than Choke. Oh my God, that's gonna be rhyming out there. Same sound of the IGN. Coke versus Choke.
Unbelievable. Okay. I get it. I get what you're trying to do here, guys. But again, Super Clark now, okay, this time around, we have less people outside the play zone. So what this means is there'll be more chances of stalling here. And again, this kind of makes sense to me now. Why most of our players, we're gonna be seeing them hanging around in you know, the usual corners away from the line of sight for a little while. I don't want to jinx that, right? Because the last time we did talk about someone hanging around, the guy literally stayed there up until the last 2 to 3 players. So that might give people ideas. That actually might. Yeah, that might happen. I'm sorry.
Sensei again, bro. Keeps on rotating. Having a great movement. Looking for that intel. He knows what is someone inside of that tower. but also trying to make sure that he won't be getting some damages from the hill because there's two players out there, and that's why he doesn't have any chance. So he knows that already, and he goes back inside of the building.
And we got two Clayas on the board. I'm just not really so sure who's who. So we're just gonna call them Claya 1 and Claya 2, at least for I don't even know who's 1 or 2 at this point. But it's yeah, okay. Sure. We'll pretend that those IGNs are normal. Okay, here we go, but walked right into Doof is chalk. Okay, interesting.
He choked out, bro. He choked out to Doof. But Sensei, once again, someone is definitely attacking. Lomi inside of that tower. He's definitely having his own position and eating a lot of Lomi inside of that tower.
Actually, if there's anything, that is how the kids say "love of my life." That is an abbreviation. Yeah. If I'm, you see, I'm not too old, I think. But okay, so yeah, this is what we're talking about. Okay, there must have been a damage indicator right there on Coke. Yeah. Okay, so this Clay actually knows that Coke is underway. See, already pre-aiming. Don't you dare, Coke! Don't do it.
Here we go.
Collapse expected.
Can he
Travel
make
to
it?
indicated safe zone.
I love it. I'm holding my breath, bro. Coke, don't do it. Get out of there. Yeah, I think Coke is wiser than that. Yeah.
I think he won't be coming up because he knows already someone is out there. Here we go.
Good drawing. Smart.
Yep.
Smart. Very smart.
Smart move right here. Sensei. Ren still outside of the building. Rotating. Oh my god. He's definitely now. He's not being afraid to face someone, but also to not to engage to anyone out there. He's just making sure that he got a great cover before he attacks and being ready for all of the weapons that he can use, classes, not being pulled down, and definitely something that he can use right now. So I don't know, knocking out that's not enough to knock him down.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna check on Super. Yeah, we're gonna check on Super Clark's audio in a little bit. Care of mission control, but again, bringing back the action. 14 more players on the board, and we're seeing Noza again. Noza, one of the more consistent top 8 placers, I would say, for our BR solo here. I'm really curious as to how Noza is actually gonna adjust. Right, we've already seen Noza up until like the last few circles in the past 3 matches, so. Maybe this is going to be different, This could be Noza's moment. But again, that's just me. I'm just basing it off of the possibilities of coming from observation. Sensei again, dude. This man refuses to be. He refuses to be stationary, bro.
I know. He's not being afraid. He got a better location, keeps on rotating. He got the kinetic, so he's definitely being confident. So let's see how can he definitely use all of his advantages. Estefano at your back.
Ooh.
Oh, you got to be aware. Getting some damages. Drone being
No
activated.
way you're going to challenge that.
Let's see what's
No
going to
way you're gonna
happen.
challenge
Blue, close quarter. Here we go.
Yeah.
Striker battle.
Get out of there.
Oh, my God.
Holographic decoys released.
Striker trying to be ready. Trickster
Ooh.
works out well to Blue. Getting the win. Great job. 4 kills in total.
Stefano looking real sharp. Understanding how that situation was going to be dealt. Here we go. Again. Clay is still there. And Coke still in pursuit. Am I going? I'm not going. But I'm going again. Let's see if you're going to... Dude, Coke is toying with Clay at this point.
I know. Because he got the striker. He has a lot of ammos of that striker. At the very edge of this tower, Coke still got a better position. Blue on the other side, still on top with 4 kills. He's definitely watching Claire right now on that tower. Looking at it, we still have 13 players, 13 soldiers on boot. Shine might have an engagement if he's going to move out from that tent.
I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking what the plan here is for everybody from Sensei, the usual suspects. So we got some new challengers per se here on the board. We got Curdy finally making it to the mix. Curdy had some early eliminations earlier on, if I remember correctly. So now Curdy might want to jump into the mix. But again, they have to make way towards the safe zone here. Curdy currently at the northwest side of the map. As the zone is closing in, they do have to come in. They do have to make haste, honestly.
Here we go now. We don't see any engagement. This is the mid part of the battle to where we are expecting some of the players got their own arsenal already. Mag class being activated. Classes being activated. Drone was the one that I'm talking about. Hacker also being activated. So they're just going to wait right now before they attack. But still, this is still looking good for Clea inside of that tower. Cole having a lot of patience, about to fight against Sensei. Is this going to be it, Coke? Oh my God. Having this striker and Sensei losing the battle to Coke, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, true enough. Sensei loses the battle to Coke. Can you imagine having a lot of patience earlier, playing around inside of that little tower, trying to provoke Clea? No avail, but this time Sensei loses the battle.
Supply drop inbound.
Oh boy.
There's no one.
Sensei.
There's no back-to-back again, brother.
And Coke is gone too, man. So there's no repeat. Coke is gone again. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is turning out to be quite interesting, and at the same time a little dragging, if I'm gonna be honest. But this is also an indicator that the players are learning, except for Lem. I'm kidding. Lem is okay. I'm kidding, guys. I'm absolutely kidding. Lem is a very opportunistic, very wise BR player. All right, I'm just joking. Well, let's go.
Player right now. Same
You can hear
position
the
earlier by Zach Place.
You can hear the sea, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear it. You can hear it flapping. You can hear the
Supply
ocean.
drop inbound.
But again, I feel that right now, okay, no one is safe now. I'm gonna even Lem. Yes, I'm looking at you, Lem. And this is not yet the final 5, if so to speak. We still have 10. That's a lot of competition. So everyone has to do something. Oh, what was that? What was that? Okay, so are we saying that this is gonna be an actual flush with all the skills involved, because the hacker is still active.
And Blue
Right?
taking a risk right now. Yep, it's still active, and Blue is still trying to take his chance right now to grab his own arsenal. As you can see right here, Lamb also has a chance, but too afraid to take that risk. Noza is also closer. Shine is also closer, but Lem and Shine right now doing the same gameplay.
Okay, now I'm theorizing. Now I gotta think, because looks like someone's pushing. Someone's definitely pushing, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see how this is gonna go. Because again, with the hacker still active, we know for a fact that information is gonna be very, very scarce, right? Like, it's gonna be super little, super limited for our players. But it looks like we are gonna get some encounters.
Oh, Negururu. I'm having a hard time to read the ID. Negururu loses the battle out there. Too unfortunate. High ground advantage right here. Let's see if that's going to be something committed from these player. Curdy is out there getting some damages. It's a good thing he got a win. And also third party right now trying to finish the fight. Let's see how committed it is. Close water battle. Even if you're dancing around, loses one. And Shine also being caught off guard by Clea. And also trying to be ready for another attack of Noza getting the W. That's really insane.
Clea out of there, all that patience. But again, it is who wants it more so far, ladies and gentlemen. Down to the last 5 players. The untouchable Lamb is still out there, guys. I'm gonna wait. I am gonna wait on what happens. You know, Lem has amazing breath control at this point, not being able to stay motionless for for so long without a sound, not so much as a burp in this direction. Okay, but this is what I was talking about. Curdy is still in
Supply
this.
drop inbound.
Yep.
And Lem.
Show me something different. Show me. Oh, Lem, amazing.
Here we go right now. Noza definitely being active. 5 players, 4 kills in total. On the side of Noza getting his own arsenal right now. Too risky to do, but managed to get his own loadout.
Net call. Supply drop
Preparing for a chaotic battle because we are moving on right now to the 4th zone. This is it where our zone is definitely shrinking. All of the players right now will be forced to get closer and have a fight. So let's see who will grab that win.
Very interesting. And again, it's hard to see how the skills are looking up because
Net call.
I get
Supply
hacker,
drop incoming.
right? We got ourselves a little bit of information deficit here for most of our players. And again, we're seeing some of these players, especially like Eek, if I'm reading that right, Eek, or 69 Eek. Please forgive me for butchering the name if I'm wrong. Appearing in our top 5, but originally did not really place very well earlier, Super Clark. Now we're seeing some new names.
Right? I think that's 69 IQ. I don't know.
IQ or Eek?
Well, yeah.
IQ? All right.
Yeah.
Again, I'm so sorry. Come on, you guys can just remove the U and E. But don't listen to me.
It could be Eek. It could be
IQ.
IQ.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, let's see. Right now doesn't have any choice in front of him. That's Noza, who happens to have his own loadout. Doesn't have any loadout Ren, but he got a BY-15, so that's good enough to do some one top. So you got to be careful fighting against Ren. Still on the same location at the edge of the safe zone.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Loud and low, slow and steady. Our players are giving us a little bit of a tense few minutes here, Super Clark. You know, this is the longest match we've had so far.
I agree.
Right? And I like it. And at the same time, I'm anxious because this also raises concerns that none of these players are actually the previous winners.
Right.
No one. Right?
Correct.
So we got new names, and the throne is vacant once again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
All long range AK-117, 3 kills from Noza. Great job, and he's definitely being ready because he got the igniter class. He got the BY. Most of the time, if you are using BY-15, the igniter is the best class that you can have because it will give you a speed boost whenever you activate it. So you will be able to have a better chance of sliding, moving in and out, dancing around from your opponents. And you got to be ready and make sure that you have a perfect game to do some one top. And that's the one that I am seeing right now with Noza.
Yeah. Again, Lem, dude. Lem. Probably my favorite player of all time right now. I'm not even kidding. So, Lem, buddy, just move just a little bit. Now, there we go. There we go. Yeah! Lem got never mind. I was like, Lem, get him! But Noza was...
See Noza how he activated the igniter right away, just to have just to have a boost in terms of speed.
Smart.
Yeah, that's really
Very
smart.
smart.
Here we go. But someone is out there knowing the location. AK-117 is still on the reload. Great job with 5 kills. Curdy loses the battle. Here we go. Drone battle.
I think.
Oh
yeah. Oh no. IQ. I'm so sorry already. You know, as early as now that I mispronounced your name, but 69 IQ. My goodness, Super Clark taking it away from Noza. After all the hard work, I was gonna say, Super Clark, that Noza, this might be Noza's time, because Noza has been making it really far earlier for the past 3 games, and I thought that was it, but I jinxed it mentally. Oh no.
And that's the art of third party, and also good awareness, because you know already that there's players fighting against each other. All you have to do is find a perfect opportunity to time the third party. And true enough, IQ doesn't, exert a lot of effort because he knows already that the opponent has a lot of damage, need to do some reset, and it's going to be an easy kill. Looking
Look
at it.
at that.
He got a 1 elimination only
One.
and got a win. So,
The one frag that mattered in this entire thing. IQ only got that at the very end against Noza, who scored a solid 5 frags. The most frags out of the one of the most frags out of the entire match, because we have blue, right, with the 6, but so far away from the placement points. It's insane.
Right.
Okay, can we just we gotta give credit to IQ for that. And again, I am so sorry for mispronouncing that earlier. But 1 elimination. You know what that is? That is Extraction, the movie. That is exactly what that is, man. Like the one shot you needed to take, and it was worth it.
right. It was clearly worth it. And from this highlights we saw earlier that right off the bat, when we started this match, we saw a lot of engagement from the cell house building. And then after this engagement, never-ending action, that's the time to where we're seeing some, some breaks, some passive gameplay in Coke trying to provoke player, and with no avail. So he's like, I don't know what to do to you anymore, so I'm just going to get out.
He had to leave, right? Like
Yeah.
Lem had to go out sometime, touch some grass, get some sun, but that is what it is, right? But again, unfortunately though, it was Nozo on that waiting end, ready, locked and loaded for that encounter. This is it. This is exactly what we're talking about. So Lem going in, but no, he just walked right into the line of sight. I believe Lem could have avoided that encounter too, but that's just me. That's just me.
And I was thought that Curdy got the intel,
Yeah, that's true.
but he was easily killed. That's really a great diversion of the drone once again. We keep on seeing at the very end, drone was very effective class for 1v1. True enough, because 69 IQ getting the win, as you can see. 15 placement points, only got 1 kill.
Right?
Giving
That's
him on top
insane.
with 16. And can you imagine? So I'm so excited right now to see what's going to happen on our leaderboards because, earlier he's on 29th place.
Yes. And okay, here I go again with this, Super Clark. I hate being right sometimes. I did say that before we started this match, right? Someone out there, someone from our charts will probably come from the bottom and just take the entire thing at least once. And that's exactly what IQ did. IQ was at the very bottom, I think the bottom 5 of our charts earlier. And now getting that winner chicken dinner with an exaggeratedly, I'd say, exaggeratedly outstanding performance with just 1 frag. And again, at the very end, it was no one. I believe that IQ was a pacifist. And talk about real IQ plays right there. IQ did not do anything unnecessary.
Right. He just patiently waited for
Yes.
the perfect timing. Just like that, he's on top and having a huge amount of placement points. So let's see what's gonna happen. Looking at the rankings right now from that last match, and it clearly a great changes from the ranking. But I'm so excited right here. If our mission control will be showing you later on our overall ranking. So let's see what it looks like, right?
That's insane, man. I love what's going on right here. So we have a mix of different ways for our players to get that victory. Some of them are really out for the kill. We saw Coke do that. We also saw survival, a good amount of survival. We saw Doof do that, right? But that right there, and you know what? Let's go back to Sensei. Also, a guy who was absolutely balanced when it came to the gameplay. But right there, bro, IQ literally pulled the trigger at the very last moment. Okay, here we go. 51 total points so far for Coke. Doof has 44. Noza with 38. Sensei with 35. Lem, my guy, with 25. Still on the first part of the page.
I so love it. I so love it, bro. Lem, the man that can't be moved. He is on top 5. Can you imagine from the overall rankings? Ram with 15. 12 plays at Curdy.
So rich.
And ABCJ still on the 13th placer, but definitely he won't be getting any COD COD points having this kind of rankings, but yeah, it's still going to change. I think we're not yet done with this battle. Is that am I right, Mission Control? Because we're on the match 5 already.
We're headed to match 5. We're headed to match 5.
Okay. All right.
And there it is, Capog right there, by the way, just to add to your point. He has 1 point, right? Already has one on the board. It's just a matter of consistency now, just, pushing forward. And again, I wish we had a photo of IQ. But again, it is what it is. IQ, big IQ plays right there. Gotta love it. And all pun intended. All pun intended. Now, we're moving to round 5. And again, it is a matter now of garnering as much points as possible. I swear, for those of you watching, I have not seen these matches. If I'm predicting correctly, that is out of pure luck and, again, intuition, I swear. Because I did say that some of our players will rise from the bottom all the way to the top, and they might actually take the whole thing super quick, just like what IQ did. And we're seeing a lot of the other names, like, again, Curdy. I also did somewhat say that it's possible that Noza was going to get the victory because of the hard work that Noza's been putting in.
Right.
I did jinx that, though, because it was IQ who got that last frag.
Right, but who knows? We saw
Yes.
some actions from Clea as well earlier. So let's see if Clea would learn something new from that experience. If Clea will be changing his approach, but looking at it right off the bat, 2 players right now losing the battle. We are now at 27 soldiers on boots.
Now we're moving fast, folks. We are moving quick. Not this time. 5 more matches, including, or rather, 3 more matches, including this one. So this is gonna be tough. We're already at match number 5. Pardon me. Let's see who's gonna be the more witty, who's gonna be patient, who's gonna party, and who will not move. All right. So, okay, Igor, the GKS frag over there against Zyper. Okay, got Easy taking care of Clea. I don't know which Clea that is, guys. I'm sorry. There's like 2 Cleas over here. So,
Right.
Yeah.
We saw Blockfire, we saw Most Wanted, we saw Unbothered. Right now, we are seeing DX Sean with the Trickster. Let's see how effective it is. You gotta run. You gotta be ready. That's a close quarter fight once again. Here we go. Chooses not to engage. Shots coming through already from Ren.
Noza.
Still having a lot of patience. Here we go. Taking his chances right now. Dancing around. Let's see. Utilities being used right now. Is that something that he can have a better advantage? Cracking out that Vest for that cluster grenade being thrown. Vez being crashed. Oh my God.
What happened?
Chalk. There's a third party out there. Chalk.
What a dip.
Getting the
Yeah,
kill.
I was gonna say that. Where did that come from? But that third party was really, really substantial and disappointing. At the same time, we didn't see a proper conclusion, but it is what it is. Okay, here we go. Sensei, this time around, getting his hands dirty. Ooh, clean in house. There goes Zach. No chance of dancing for the 3rd time.
That's really good. Yes, he has Val. Let's see if he's going to change it. No, still using the same one. Maybe he doesn't want the weapon of his opponent from that loot box. Sensei right now rotating with 2 kills. 17 players still running around the map.
Okay, complete opposite of our previous game, Super Clark. Now we're down to 16 players, left with 16 solid fighters here. Some of them are the champs, the previous champs, previous winners. Some of them are, again, I'd say new challengers. I did say that earlier. We got some of them who are probably out for redemption here. So Easy a while ago, I had faith in how Easy was playing. But again, probably just untoward circumstances. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The original El Capitan. We have Coke over here just keeping his distance. This time, wisely not engaging just yet. We got a long ways to go. We got a lot of time. I don't think that... Oh, what happened? Yo! Dang! I jinxed it! I jinxed it again! I'm gonna be quiet. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
I'm muting my mic. I'm gonna mute.
I think that's AFK. He doesn't move. It's like he got a blight of Lem on that situation. Here we go with a 2v1 situation. If I'm not
Chalk,
mistaken,
get out of there,
or maybe
man.
a trickster. Here we go. Talk. Tries to rotate. Trying to somehow use that blue plate because he just really needs to do some reset. But it's a good thing he got the igniter. No one getting closer from that fire.
Man, that was too close for comfort, right?
Right.
Chalk nearly lost that entire encounter. Okay, yeah, okay. He's in flames again. Okay, Chalk surviving that encounter. Noza taking out J-Stun in the process. Looking good. Sensei with 4 frags already. What is going on, dude? Everyone's all over the place. My heart.
All right. Looking at the number of soldiers left, we are seeing 12. Snoopy. He's also one of the bottom players from the overall ranking. So he needs to do some miracle right now. We're on the 5th match. So he needs to do either placing points or get some elimination.
Oof. If there's anything that I know, man, it's the placement really matters. It's a huge chunk of points. You don't even have to stress yourself over it. Just try to reach the very end. You know what I mean? I feel that at this point, it is really the goal. Okay, Chalk, risking life, jumping off the roof with that igniter. Gotta be careful. There is a huge... Okay, I was gonna say that. There's a huge trail of violence left by Chalk.
Ooh.
Nice shot!
Ooh.
Taking out another champ, another winner over here. Doof. Oh, I love this. I love this, Super Clark.
They're showcasing their skills right now. I'm not thinking that Shock is really good. But right now, we're seeing that he managed to eliminate one of the best players in Striker Strike. Stefano. Coming out from Easy.
Oh, no.
That's a different player right there.
Lem is gone.
For
Lem.
real? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
Lem, I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm not going to talk about it again. Just come back. Don't listen to me. You'll be back on the 6th match for sure. 10 more players remaining here, ladies and gentlemen. And Chalk probably... Yeah, again, my personal favorite for this match. Out of these insane encounters that I've been seeing from Chalk, he might actually be able to pull this off with an ample amount of eliminations and placement points, Super Clark, if he does play it correctly. Let's see.
Clearly, right now, Chalk definitely having some energy, adrenaline rush for Chalk, getting 5 kills right off the bat. Easy with 4. Chalk right now rotating. A lot of movement coming out from Chalk, locating, scouting. Let's see if he can get another kill.
Chalk, man. And he has a lot of utilities. I feel that this is going to be really, really good for him if he does get more. Right? Just more ways to heal. That igniter is going to come real handy. No one's going to be able to actually flush him out with a striker. Not easily, at least. Okay, so Sean is also out of there. Or already left the lobby. Okay. Eee! Chalk! Get out of there! Please! I am just rooting for Chalk right now, dude. He has to use the kinetic.
Here we go!
Oh!
Finally!
And dude, I ate my own words. I ate my own words. He dropped to a striker as well. I am so bad.
Easy taking the challenge of the igniter, able to finish that fight using that striker. Snoopy. We keep on talking about Snoopy. He's at the 27th place. Got the 3 points from the overall rankings, but Easy having 5 kills right now. Let's see how this is gonna go, because Easy needs to do a lot as well so that he can have a better overall rankings. He's currently at the 26th right now. So let's see. We are seeing still Doob still being alive. Curdy, no kill yet, swimming around.
8 players, 8 contenders. And some of them might be out for the real deal. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Noza, again, within our top 8, right? Our last few contenders, and Noza doing well. But still fails to close out the matches. 5th time that we're seeing Noza in this position, Super Clark.
Right. He's definitely being consistent. That's how good he is. He knows how to play. He knows how to get a point. But he just really need to have a lot of patience if he really wanted to be on top. But right now, we are seeing Snoopy creating some spaces. That's a huge gap that he can definitely have from any other players. But in terms of points, no avail. He doesn't have any first blood
Supply
yet.
drop inbound.
Yes. Let's see. We still have a good amount of time here. If there's anything that we can hang on to is the fact that these players, they can slow the game down as they see fit. Right? You go Doobie or Doob. Right? They're still way over by the beach. Just making sure that I'm safe. I can burn some of the minutes. But that tower over there, that watchtower has been empty. The lighthouse has been empty for quite some time. I have not seen anybody actually take that post the entire match, Super Clark. A while ago, we've seen that little cat and mouse chase, right, between Clea and Coke.
Coke,
But
yeah.
right now, no one's doing it. No one's taking that. No one's taking that spot.
The top players that we have is not included from this match anymore. They lost the battle earlier, but still on top of the overall rankings, which is really good. Snoopy trying to find some intel, doing some third party. Let's see if that's going to be effective using that sniper, but loses a chance. Lapis, 30k, doesn't have any kill yet. Managed to do some reset.
Let's see. Let's see what the plan is here, especially for Lapis. A while ago, he fell really badly to was this to? I'd say that was Coke. Yeah, it was Coke, I think. Yeah, it was Coke that he got that really took him out. But now, Coke is out of the equation. Now Lapis, all of that, all the freedom, just to stick around the cell house. You look at that, moving around just like in the movies. I like it. Yeah, look at that. Keeping it slow, keeping it quiet. Already heard Nego Ruru for sure.
Right. Dancing around on top of the building. He got some intel. But Nego, he's about to negotiate in terms of position, if I can say that. But still, no engagement that we are seeing from the remaining soldiers. We still have 8 soldiers on boots. Curdy still at the beach, as you can see right here. Still dancing around, trying to look if someone chooses to be with him. Easy. Got the advantage in terms of vantage point. He got no sniper, but he got AK-117 in striker. So in no time, he can do some long range, or it might be a close quarter battle again.
Let's see. I'm also keeping my hopes up that we're gonna get some of those insane, those crazy encounters, if so to speak. All right. So let me pick your brain here a little bit, Super Clark. What do you think Noza has to do here? Again, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat here. What Noza has to do to close it out finally? Noza has been grinding. Look at that. Noza currently is at number 3. So one more good placement, even without frags, and that's going to be very valuable moving forward. So what do you think Noza has to do?
Right now, I'm gonna wait for the zone, because looking at it, we are on the mid part of the battle. So if I don't have the arsenal yet, I'm just gonna stay whatever location I'm in, like Noza is doing right now. Because so far, he only got 2 eliminations. So if I know my ranking, I should be a clever player. I just need to have a placing point so that I will be able to secure a lot of COD points after this match, because I don't want to lose any chances. Especially, I know for a fact that some of the players, some of the opponents are closer to my location. So I won't be moving a lot. And I'm just going to be ready. I've got a great weapons. I've got AK-117. I got a striker. So in no time, I can definitely use those kind of weapons to attack and somehow hoping to get a win.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm understanding this correctly, it is really more on comprehending, right, how my opponents are moving. They try to see how
Supply drop incoming.
they're trying to buy some time, because again, Noza, you did mention Noza doesn't have a lot to work with. right? Not a lot of weapons, not a lot of gear. So it's understanding where they are, how soon the circle will close. And yeah, you're right. Noses is still there, just standing
Yep.
still or like staying put, allowing everybody else to probably narrow the. This looks like what Easy's doing.
Yep, same gameplay. And this one that I'm talking about. A temptation coming in. Airdrop from the map. So let's see if there will be a player taking that risk. Because some of the majority of the players doesn't have any arsenal. Some of which, Negu right now looking at his weapons right here. RPD with the striker. Doesn't have any complete attachment. He only got a basic attachment that he need to have, but still, all you got to do is patiently wait. Looking at Easy, he got a legendary attachment on his AK-117, and just like that, another kill that we are seeing. But Easy, after saying that he got a better attachment, he lost the battle.
Okay. So far so good. Our players are picking up the pace here. You see how Curdy at the bottom side of your screen is also making way towards the parade grounds, or at least circling around it. Snoopy, again, one of the players, as we mentioned, Super Clark, from the bottom, now waking up finally. Or probably this has always been the plan, for Snoopy, just taking his time, find the right opportunity, 5 games in. I don't know. We're just thinking outside the box here. Okay, Noza. Playing the Lem game. Why am I calling that the Lem game?
The man can't see.
Ooh!
Oh my god, Lem.
Okay.
No.
But that's also a giveaway of the position for sure. Negurura is already has to rotate.
Major instability detected.
Gotta do something
Zone
different.
evac orders are
Destroying
under
that drone, remember guys, is also a way to give out your position.
Right. Looking at the attachment, brother. Striker. So it's kind of like you're not yet 100% confident to attack or some, better chance of winning the battle because of that attachment. You know already that you still has a basic 117 weapon. So that's why we're seeing those are not moving any inch at all. Negurura right now, RPD, a powerful LMG, got one attachment using the pump
Airdrop has been
as one of his advantages to change his levels right now, which is really being clever. Knows that doesn't have any chance rotating, but that's going to be a long run, getting some damages already. But still, he got the upgraded upgraded igniter. So he can definitely use that one to just somehow create some space or create some damage if someone chasing him from behind.
And again, I'm going to get back to that point, right? A while ago, we did have that. We saw Chalk trying to make use of the igniter. And regardless, if you're in a tight spot and you really have nowhere to go, that igniter might actually be a problem. You're definitely not going to get shot from up close, or you can't be snuck up on. But at the same time, some of these players, and again, I feel that if they can shoot at you from a distance, the igniter might not be the best friend. Again, I'm going to leave it to fate. It might be different moving forward. And again, Noza, with all that experience, with all that, I'd say the grit from earlier on, you're right, Super Clark. It might be a Noza game here if that igniter comes handy a little later on. Let's see.
Let's see. Negu right now taking his chances, moving slowly, going down, changes the level earlier, but still. We're about to finish the battle. We are at the 4th zone. 5 soldiers on boots remaining. Let's see. On this hill right now, Noza. He got a good space. Snoopy doesn't have any kill yet, but he got, oh my god, his own arsenal. Legendary attachment on his mythic AK-117. Is that going to be a wasted loadout or not, because he doesn't have any kill yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I really do not know. That placement might be useful right about now, if that is the case, right? Because eliminations, we've seen IQ change that norm earlier.
Yep.
We really, really did. Here we go. So Snoopy, I'm putting my faith in you. Not to mention a fully stacked mag off of that Jack 12. Anybody who comes close will be disintegrated by that Jack 12. 25 solid shells to work with. Oh, but here comes the zone. Notice how Snoopy is also treading ever so softly here. Can't afford to make a lot of noise even with that zone closing in.
Doesn't have any choice as well. That's an open space. Here we go. Let's see how is he going to use that one. Snoopy, you got a mythic. You got your own arsenal. But still trying to...
Oh, get out of there.
To be aggressive. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. He used that Jack 12 one top shot right there. And that's going to be a third party coming out from Negu.
Man. And just when I thought that Deus T.01 was actually going to allow the zone to take him, you know, just not to give points to anybody. But okay.
Right.
Okay. I feel that sacrifice was not worth it. It was not going to be worth it. Megururu here, already eyed by Noza, with the possibility of, okay, the health, I'd say the health utility is not so good. But Noza does have proper positioning and taking a lot of damage, though. Okay. All right. Megururu out of there. Noza lives to fight another match or another encounter.
Snoopy trying to work things out. But in terms of the position, Noza got the advantage. We're talking about the high ground. Here we go. He just really need to know right now the location and the perfect timing. Here we go. Curdy getting some damages outside of the zone. That's a perfect timing for Noza with 4 kills in total. We are down to 1v1 situation. Is this going to be an aggressive ending from Noza? He's definitely still activating that igniter. He got an AK-117. He can definitely close out the battle with the use of that striker. But Snoopy got a mythic AK-117. The circle is getting closer right now. This is it. Snoopy doesn't have any choice. Noza got the advantage in terms of position. Is this going to be the ending? Is Noza will be getting the first win of his life?
Finally! Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 solid matches, Noza gets the 5th victory for the day here at our BR Solo. My goodness, that was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Noza. Persistence really is the key, Super Clark, and there it is. Not to mention, wonderful plays at the very end. Wonderful plays.
I agree. He has a lot of patience, and he knows already that... Well, I gotta go ahead and, you know, find a perfect timing because I only got a basic AK-117. I just really need to be clever because if not, I might be losing the battle. I might be losing a lot of points as well. So this is it. This is something that I need to take. I need to risk, and because of that great risk, it really works. Knows I got the W. 5 elimination and plus how many points? 15 points for the placement points.
Second place goes to Lem. That's exactly what we're going to talk about, guys. Lem has 0 elimination. You know what? I'm not going to talk about it. Lem, it could be a bug or something. But again, Lem, you are the man. I'm telling you. You are my GOAT today. But Noza, the sale of the tape a while ago, while we look at the highlights here, I'm going to talk about Noza real fast. Noza did lose 4 games, or like was so close for 4 games up until this one. Finally sealing the deal. Again, Sensei here, one of the players as well who put in some serious work. Super Clark, I got to give him my, you know, the flowers where it's due. My own personal flowers to Sensei. He's still that guy, you know. The balance. He's the equilibrium of our BR 1v1 so far.
That's right. And this is going to be the highlights. A lot of cool squad battle. Chalk able to manage to get a win. So let's see. Because right now, Doof clearly being confident enough to lose the battle from opponents. Easy also trying to take his chances earlier with a close fight. He got a win with a great combination of the igniter, because the igniter creates sometimes a panic, brother, because you know already that, you know, when you stepped in, it will create a huge damage from aside from the fact that you are being the target and getting some damages from any weapons, and just like that we are seeing that's a Jack 12 two shots out there. I thought he will be using lava remix, a mythic, and this is gonna be the end where Noza shines so much to where he just really need to secure the first win and being clever to use that high ground, and a lot of patience being made right here because of that attack at the very end. Noza taking the W. 5 kills plus 15 points. That's going to be a lot. I'm so excited to see what's going to be the overall rankings looks like.
Yep, me too. But Noza, for me, the tale is that Noza, after all that, after 4 failed attempts, was able to finally close out that victory. You know, I'm super happy for Noza. Hopefully we do get a repeater. We only have 2 matches left, Super Clark, but so far for the 5th match, Noza with 20 points, really fair showing. We got Easy with 12 points, Snoopy with 11, Deus T.01 with 10, and Negoruru, also a very active player that I've been seeing earlier, with 9 points, and everybody else just some negligible gaps, if so to speak.
Yep, let's see, because this is going to be an interesting match. As you can see, Zach Play still 1-0-1 from this match rankings of match 5, but still it's not going to be late for the other players who happens to be on top of the rankings of overall 69 IQ, like Pika is saying earlier, changes the norm. 69 IQ got 1 elimination with plus 15 points and definitely has a chance being part of the top 10 players for the BR solo. And speaking of overall rankings, brother,
got a bit of a dethrone here. Coke drops down 1 notch after those multiple games. Now Noza is on that top spot with 58, but 53. This just takes 1 good game for Coke to actually catch up or even overtake. Doof with 47, Sensei with 39, and again Lem, my boy, my guy, my G, still here, unscathed, untouched. Like, we got Doob with 24, Curdy with 23, Ran 23, Stefano was 18 and 17 for our first page.
Yep, great job. Those are the top 10 players who will get some COD points, and below that, definitely, you know, you gotta do a lot of effort right now. We still have 2 matches to go. All you have to do right here is definitely do a lot and make a kills. And I think from the mission control, we're gonna have a quick break. Is that it?
Oh, I believe that they're setting up, but I don't think we're going to a break just yet, guys.
Okay,
so the action's gonna keep going. We're gonna keep rushing.
Nice.
Everybody's gonna make haste. I believe the players are still getting ready to board the plane, folks. So let's
really good.
Yeah, let's look back at what happened earlier, man. So we're not seeing any of the usual suspects making it out of there anymore. None of them. We don't have Coke. We don't have Doof. Sensei didn't make it as well, right? And IQ didn't do anything for that match. Now it is Noza. Persistence wears resistance. So I really like that Noza finally got the crown that he's much rightfully deserves. Now the big question is, me personally, that was my short-term goal for today, to see Noza get that victory. Who's next though?
Lem.
That is one thing I'm wondering about.
I'd say Lem, brother.
Lem, please. Yes.
He's the next one.
My goat.
He is definitely the goat of this BR solo. Lem is really good. I kid you not. It's freaking insane. It's really good. If you keep on seeing, if you able to watch Lem from the match 1 going to the match 5, he is crazy insane. He's definitely doing a lot. I don't know. Maybe if going on to the match 6, he's definitely tired. I don't know. He might not be moving a lot because he's freaking tired for the first 5 matches. I don't know, bro.
Can't be rooting for anybody anymore, but man, if there's someone that I feel deserves deserves that recognition, that chef's kiss victory. It is probably Lem. Yeah, you're right. If not Lem, I'm gonna go with Easy. I'd say that
Oh,
these
okay, yeah,
players,
yeah. Good
these
take.
players actually do need that title. They need at least one victory moving forward. And we only have two chances to do that. We have match 6 and 7 underway. So if it's not Lem, it has to be Easy, or maybe even Curdy. I'm also eyeing for Curdy to do the same. We've seen Curdy on the uprise, at least for the past number of games. I hope that, if we don't get a repeat, that's still okay. But
Yeah.
if we do get a repeat, then we might have our very first undisputed, at least here, for the BR solo.
Right. And also, not to forget to mention, Zach plays after creating his own stage.
You're
after the next match.
right.
Yeah, after the next match, he did some work. Right. I think if I remember correctly, he got maybe 4 or 5 kills
You're right.
and loses the battle. But yeah, still, it only means that even if he knows how to dance, he know how to play as well. This kind of tournament, we are solo.
All right. Now, having said that, I feel that, okay. As early as now, I already feel that we're gonna be playing it slow. You see what I'm saying here? I feel that these players have learned their lessons. They depends also on the flight path.
Let's
by the way.
see.
We don't know who's dropping where, but
Yeah.
depending on how they choose to approach this. Those previous 5 games have shown what type or what approach these players are capable of. We've seen Sensei again refusing to stay stationary, as I said prior. He's one guy to try and loiter as much as possible, just to get some, get a lot of supplies, get them weapons, not afraid to come across anybody. But at the same time, it didn't do him any favors the second time around, or at least no repeat of the victory. So there's a huge chance that we're not gonna see that same approach from Sensei anymore. I don't know if I could be wrong and Sensei stops staying on the rooftop here, then maybe the lesson has been learned.
I couldn't agree more. And this is somehow different. We started the match and still we have a complete players. Good job. I don't see any engagement this time. So you were right, Pika, in saying earlier that this might be a slow-paced action, but Clea, I'm seeing earlier, being eliminated. That's going to be the first blood of the game.
Interesting. Really intriguing, if I can say so myself. But again, it is Negoruru, man. We completely forgot. Hey, he's going back. He's going back to his corner where I first saw you, Lem. I see you. Don't pretend. Oh my. Okay, he's there. He's back. He's back. Yep.
The goat is back.
Yep. I'm gonna bring out the canned goods, my sleeping bag, my lamp. You know, the man. He's the campfire. I bring out my. Why am I even saying fire? I'm gonna bring out my night lights. Yeah, I'm gonna poke some fun on Lem, guys. You're not gonna stop me from doing this. He's hilarious in a good way, and that it got him the 5th spot, by the way, in the overalls.
Yeah. Why
Right?
not?
So, yeah, Snoopy's out of there though, and Rem has 2 frags to his name in succession. I wish we saw that.
Right.
Woo!
And I think Rem annihilated Doof earlier, if I'm not mistaken, because
I think so.
I don't see any Doof anymore. Chalk is right here working so hard, able to survive longer, repairing the armor quickly right here. And that's going to be another chance for him to do some rotation from this building and still find a good revenge. Adding more plates just to secure and be ready for another attack, because NV67 is also out there. So Chalk at the 2nd level, which is really a good battle from this building. So let's see what's going to happen. Is this going to be another push from Chalk or not? Speaking of Chalk, we have Coke right now being also one of the best players from the overall rankings.
And despite Coke getting some stumbles in the past few games, right? He's still able to retain a really good spot. Still number 2. It took a while before that happened. So literally 4 games before Coke was dethroned. Here we go. Yep, a bit of an encounter here. Is Envy gonna make it? No, sir. Unfortunately not. Care of Blue with that striker.
Right. Striker is the meta for the BR solo playing Alcatraz. Lapis 30k. As you can see, even if he's not really being active, he's definitely on top 17. But you know, he won't be getting any COD points anymore. But maybe he's trying to get some experience on how crazy and chaotic or maybe being pressured joining this kind of community event. Chalk right now knocking down fire with the use of that striker once again. So Dan loses the battle from Chalk, not able to choke down. Igor, on the other hand, doesn't have any kill and clearly trying to get a lot of juice right there outside of the dock building.
Mm-hmm. Chalk. And again, one of the players that we did commend earlier, Super Clark, with really good game sense, right? Survival, by the way. I remember how many encounters Chalk had. It was such a close call. We thought that Chalk was done for, but was still able to make it out. Convincingly, I might add. Oh, we have somebody up the tower already. We got Deus T.01. I like this. I like this. I'm just not so sure if anyone's aware. I'm not sure if Coke actually knows.
Let's see. He might have some details. Who knows? But he's just trying to look for it. He's trying to convince himself that someone is out there. Here we go. Chalk that has an idea. Targeting blue, but at your back, you got to be aware from your surroundings. Loses the battle to blue. Can you imagine? That's a KS.
Oh, man. Yes, it was. I feel. Chalk, my guy. Another one of my boys. Out there. Okay, I get it. It is what it is. You know, nature of competition. So now, blue's looking real tough in this one. On this one, rather. He's looking real sharp, Super Clark. Got already a bunch of eliminations, and that feed has been lighting up like a candle. Let's see, Igor. We also got... Oh, Sensei, he's back. I told you he's going to go back to the rooftop, bro.
Let's see if he's going to rotate again. Because that's the plan that he keeps on doing. That's his play style. Trying to be aggressive. Trying to look for any battle. Doob, on the other hand, not moving any inch at all. Coke still being alive. Sean still on top of this tower. Getting some juices right here. Scouting. Looking for his opponents. No avail.
Yeah. Just literally a round trip over here. But okay. Let's see how this is going to go for Sean. Blue also. Okay, so one of the Clayas are gone. We're probably just left the spectating. All right, where is that coming from? Where is that coming from, guys? All right, is this from Igor? That looked like it was from Igor, huh? Okay. 13 more players, a little slower than last time. A while ago, we did pick up the pace a little bit, but not anymore. Okay, your jumper's not working here, buddy.
Oh, no. That's clever.
Walked
clever.
right into a drone. Get out of there, bro.
That's really clever out there. So that's why we are seeing Cole trying to get away from any bad situation, which is being smart move from him. Going up already from that building. 69 IQ still being alive. Here we go. Still on top of the tower, rotating, making sure that no one is at his back. So still inside of the cell house, no movement yet.
I'm still too distracted with Blem, bro. Anyways, so a lot of our players no longer with us, at least. Okay. Well, nonetheless, we're keeping our eyes on blue, man. And still a little bit of a loiter here from Sean. Just burning some time, as we mentioned. Okay, so Super Clark here. The way that things are looking right now, do you think that Coke is actually going to go for that tower push, for that lighthouse push? He already got droned. So is he really just keeping his sights on Deus T.01 and not go anywhere else? Is this personal?
He can do that. Yeah, he can do that because we saw him from the match 3, if my memory serves me right. He tried to provoke Playa, but since he's definitely having a hard time to connect some shots, that's the time that he surrendered. But let's see if Coke will still be pushing in. It's kind of like an ego from him because he knows already that someone uses a drone at him and changes his location. So Let's see if he's going to push that one, but that's going to be hard still because he knows already how hard it is to go up and not be caught off guard.
Mm-hmm. And being caught off guard is also an occupational hazard, to be honest.
Right.
It happens to everybody. If I'm gonna add to that, Super Clark. But again, we still have 13. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, that's your fault. That is your fault. Lapis though, he sensed the danger as soon as he opened the door. Beautiful BY-15 frag over there. Too close. And he doesn't have a lot of medical utilities, man. He has to heal.
Right.
That was intense.
And that's exactly. Can you imagine if I'm the player being the first one to attack and loses the battle from the BY-15? Dude, I am definitely shouting. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
what just happened? I was the first one to attack, and yet I was the one who was killed. That's crazy disappointing.
Look at
But
this.
yeah,
Blue is stalking Sean. Oh, okay. No, yep. That hasn't given his position yet, I think.
Oh,
Okay, we got company here for Sensei. It's Coke. I told you, one way or the other, Coke's not gonna go for Deus anymore. Yeah.
let's see. You got to maintain your position, bro, because you got a good ranking. All you got to do is have a placement point once again. Who knows? You might be on top. You might be crowned as champion for the 10,000 COD points. Something that you need to consider. Something that you need to take note of, because you are still got a higher chance to be crowned as champion. So all you got to do is, have a lot of effort and be patient enough. But Sensei clearly aggressive with a drone, using that damage, and Coke loses the battle. That was insane.
Right as he was about to drop to the ground. Look at that. Beautiful work from Sensei. Masterpiece, I would say so. Okay, that was amazing. I'm not going to exaggerate that, but that was a good one. That was a very good frag from Sensei. As I mentioned, Coke, that Bloodlust might be his downfall. Him trying to fish out these people, right? Him trying to go after these contenders. That might be the kryptonite.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree more. But let's see. Sensei right now going up to the building. He's about to scout. Let's see if that's going to be a better position. 11 soldiers on boots right now. We are at the second zone. It's still early. So they're just going to somehow wait for the airdrop going on to the mid-game. Let's see if someone will be tempted to take that risk to get their own loadouts.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's a lot that can happen here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, more drone action. We've been talking about the Super Clark. This drone has been paying off big for every single person who has donned it. Blue, one of these players that I'm also keeping my eyes on, has been playing spectacularly for our match number 6.
You see how it goes right now. 69 IQ still out there, patiently waiting for his opponent. Blue, here we go. That's a BY-15, bro. That's a BY out there. One wrong decision, you will be out of the game. Here we go. That's the one that I'm talking about. Airdrop is available, so someone took the risk with it and able to survive.
Oh boy. Okay. Slow and steady. Check this out. Blue so far looking. Okay, never mind. Yes, IQ is gone. IQ is gone, bro. Okay. And Striker, once again, the culprit. My man. Okay, Igor.
Loses some IQ out there because of the drone. He panicked. He panicked because of the drone and not able to leverage his BY-15. And Igor right now doesn't have any kill, but have a better position. We're still having 10 players on boots right now. We are at the mid game of this match 6. So let's see who will be the next player saying goodbye from these remaining soldiers.
Yeah, I'm a stay alert for this one, bro. 10. And again, I did say we're gonna have a slow burn here. That's exactly what's going on. In the beginning, we were okay. You know, people were stepping, people be moving around, people be looking for blood. But now, not anymore. Placement points matter, ladies and gentlemen. So we got Doob or Doobie over here again. Noza, we still have a possible repeat champ here. So let's see. Sensei as well, by the way. He's still here. Taking out Nego Ruru in the process. One of the players I'm also somewhat rooting for. Nego Ruru gave us some moments earlier.
Right. Sensei still being alive. Sean still doesn't have any kill.
Supply drop
But looking at it, you got a sense of the location of his opponents. Igniter. Upgraded Igniter. So that's going to be a long shot, a long timer that he can have when he activate his Igniter. A better use as well. A boost from his speed. So let's see if he's going to be clever on how to find the perfect timing activating that Igniter. But on the other side, Doof still got 2 kills and looking good so far.
And very cautious, I might add. You know, Doof realizes that a while ago, those encounters could have probably been avoided, right? Or at least just kept the head down for the longer haul of things. Yeah, Sensei though, this man, I'm telling you, it could be the skin that's making him do this. But so far, Sensei still very mobile, still confident that no matter how much noise he makes, he's ready. He's ready for any single encounter. Noza keeping a slow pace, however. And remember, the momentum might still be rubbing off here. Noza was our previous winner.
Right. And he's being tempted. Getting closer right now from the airdrop. Making sure that no one is pointing on that location. But that's going to be too risky. Looking at it, we have Igor on top. Also blue. But getting away this time from that sidelines. But Noza definitely has a chance, if he knows it, that he can take or get his own arsenal.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm a bit nervous here on what's gonna happen, because look how small our play zone is getting, right? And everyone is repping a certain part of the map. Everyone has their own spot to worry about. I don't know how long we're gonna have to be stalling this, or if any of these players are actually, I don't know. Okay, here let's see how this is gonna shrink. Do we have any contact again? Because it has been real quiet for the past 9 players, or the past 10 players. Okay, where does it go? Where's our circle going? And again, we have the drops. We got a couple drops, the temptations, the teasers of our supplies. Let's see how that's gonna be.
Right. And looking at the map earlier, a lot of folks still staying closer to the zone. It only means that they wanted to make sure that no one is at their back. And this is really also part of the strategy that they can have, which really works always from this kind of battle. But blue getting some engagement between Noza. But let's see if Noza's still being alive right now. I haven't seen Noza. Here we go. Igor trying to go down. Striker. Oh my God.
Oh, let's go, blue. Let's go.
Supply drop incoming.
Okay, GG's to Igor right there. A very valiant attempt, but blue is on fire with 6 frags already. This is crazy. I like this.
And I think Noza loses the battle. Let's see. Yep, I'm not seeing him from the remaining soldiers. And true enough, it only means the blue got the advantage. And here we go, blue right now got his own loadout. You got to be ready. He's definitely on fire with 6 total of kills, with the drone being activated just to scout the location of the remaining opponents and trying to look for a better position right now to where he can survive, to where he can get a kill.
Uh-oh. Nice. Good sniff out of that drone right there by Sensei. He does have kinetic armor, so he can use that for when it's really crucial. For sure, and good reloads, good cooldowns on his drone. So he got a very, very good good chance that when he pulls the trigger, when he gets that drone up and running, there is gonna be a target. I like that. I like the discipline. Here we go.
Right.
Sensei up top once again, taking out Sean. I'm telling you, Sensei is probably he's probably gonna do it again, Super Clark. Is he gonna be the first 2-time?
He has a chance because looking at the loadout that he has, he got a Memento Mori AK-117, one of the best weapons that you can use as well. And in my opinion, better from the Lava remix of the mythic AK-117 because a lot of pro players keeps on using that one, the Memento Mori. But enough of that. M4, oh my God, Doobie doesn't have any chance. He only got the M4
Yeah.
and Echo. Getting the class being activated. Good job. All right. Still has a chance to survive.
The drones everywhere, man. There are drones all over Alcatraz right now.
Drones
6
battle.
more players right now. Blue with currently probably the most frags out of anybody. I'm rooting for him. I am absolutely rooting for him. Imagine if he takes out the rest. He's going to get 11 solid frags and 15 placement points. It might be blue season already. Uh-oh. I jinxed that a little too hard. You got to heal. Got that kinetic armor. Oh, sights on blue. Doob on... Okay, Doob in pursuit here.
And that's really
Reading
too
that right?
dangerous. And he recognized that one, brother. So that's why he did not commit on that last
Yes.
fight.
Could be an ambush.
Yep. Blue right now. Here we go. Oh my God. In front of you.
No, my gosh.
He didn't see Lapis. Oh,
On a
shoot.
reloading Lapis, he got BY-15 in the face. Blue, all the hard work is gone. Oh no.
Crazy, right? Can you imagine?
Sensei!
That's the reason-
No wonder he's gonna survive. Yo, he actually did survive it.
Mm.
He is a zombie. He's a legit zombie.
Nice shot. Oh, Lapis, brother. Trying to be the
He
GOAT right
is a
now.
real zombie.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Oh, you gotta be careful. Doobie's out there. Lapis underneath them. This is crazy because our circle right now is definitely shrinking. You gotta rotate. You gotta rotate right now. It might be late for you, Sensei. But you still got the high ground. Here we
gotta
go.
move. You gotta move, Sensei. There's the drone. Okay, Sensei's safe. Sensei is safe. There's only one drone at a time. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it. He has information. Lapis. Barely making it out. Okay.
1v1.
Sensei,
Oh!
seriously, ladies and gentlemen, our very first 2-time winner, Sensei, taking match number 5, Super Clark. You really gotta slow clap for that one. What did I tell you? Sensei, maestro, right? Guru, all the synonyms right there. But the man is teaching y'all how to survive a 1v1.
Oh my God. Great performances from Sensei. That's crazy, insane. Managed to survive from the last last gameplay. Clearly clever. Long journey for him, but he is definitely one of the best players. A force is to be reckoned with, if I can say that, from this BR solo. Meanwhile, we're just waiting right now for the highlights of this battle.
The undead strikes. Okay, but here we go. We have Curdy here currently with... Wow, okay. I like that. No frags, but good. I'd say good positioning, I would say. I hope that's probably a mistake, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
And Doobie does have 4 frags plus good placement points, and Lapis right there. The man who ended the reign of terror of Blue. Look at that. So Blue had the most frags out of everybody. The most eliminations. He had 6. But just because of that one split second tunnel vision, he was gone. Lapis was also reloading, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's a good thing he has a BY-15 just to do the one top. So that's why he managed to eliminate Blue. And Cole right now getting some damages in the air with a combination of drone. A close quarter battle this time. This is one of the highlights of Blue working it so hard. Sensei great journey from him. That's a good start from him with 2 kills. Igor, on the other hand, taking the risk, going down. He got a win using.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought he's gonna win because earlier he has a good performances, but because of the
Yeah.
striker, it was really an easy kill. And Sensei still working out on top
This
of
was
that
it.
building.
Oh no! And we had to pan the camera somewhere else. We didn't see that frag, but at least the feed gave us that information. Here
Yep.
we go. There we go. The undead soldier. We got Sensei with a beautiful, beautiful 3-way standoff, able to take the victory once again. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what this Community Gladiators 1v1 BR is all about. I'm certainly enjoying myself, especially with we're finally getting a 2-time victor here for our
Right.
BR solo.
Aside from the fact that in terms of position, he's at the lower. Like, he got this a disadvantage.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yet,
yeah.
he managed to finish the fight by changing the weapon to his secondary. He started from AK-117, knocking out, I think the last player was Lapis, knocking out Lapis. And then after that, the last opponent, and get the win at the very end. Looking at the match rankings of the match 6, being on top, Sensei, 20 total points, followed by Doobie with 14, and Blue getting the 12. But where is Lem? I don't see Lem.
Oh no, he got kicked. Oh no, this is for the match itself. I'm pretty sure by the
Okay.
overalls
All
he's
right,
probably
all right.
still there. But okay, here we go. Overalls, please. No, it's still that. We're still on page 2 here. We got 3 pages worth of our contenders. Some of them, folks, are unable to really score anything. Lem included, by the way. So
Yeah.
we are yet to see something extravagant for some of our players, right? Like Zyper. Zyper has not been giving, I'd say, dominant energy. Okay, Lem is still here, but he's no longer in top 5, right? We did get a little bit of a push from some of our higher contenders. Noza, Sensei, especially. Dude, that's gonna be so good for Sensei. But Coke, okay, the man right now, I'm not gonna jinx it, has kind of lost his touch. But let's see. This could be something different for our last match. Something might click amongst our top players.
Right. Talking about Lapis. He's part of the top 10 now with 3 elimination and 23 total bonus points. That brings him to the top 6. Great job out there. And once again, some of the points right now, top 11 to 30th. Well, they won't be getting any COD points, but still, it's great to see that you have some, total, that you have some scores, right? That you have some points from this battle, because, it's still something that you can brag about. That, hey, I joined the BR solo. I got some points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is just Call of Duty Mobile being insanely generous. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving to our final match of the evening. Our 7th round here at Alcatraz. By this time, some of our players have already taken down multiple notes, learned, again, sometimes detrimental, some of them detrimental lessons, but it is the final chance for our players to be on top, to actually be the victor, to get those juicy COD points of the solo BR. So here we go. Super Clark, we're taking another flight path here westward.
Yep. Here we go right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are definitely starting. I think this is the last match of the BR solo, right?
It is.
So let's see if this is gonna be something that we are witnessing some great battle, because this is the last chance that they can have if they wanted to be part of the top 10, or this might be the same gameplay to those players that can't make it to the top 10 or somehow get some elimination.
Mm-hmm. My goodness. 20. Okay, we're still solid. We have enough players here. Unfortunately, if you can see by the side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, the solid right side, there are players who are almost, and I say almost, hopeless when it comes to those elimination points, right? I am just trying to be as positive as possible here, but yeah, this is going to be a tall order. Maybe the momentum has not really kicked in for some of our players. We already have one player gone. So once again, Sensei, I'm a fan. Super Clark. I am now a fan, a bona fide fan of the Sensei.
Yep. So let's see how consistent he is in the battlefield. Jay loses the battle. Noza having some engagement from Easy, but still not yet done using the MG42 right now. NV67 is also out there trying to connect some few shots, but with no avail.
You gotta take this slow and steady. Is the name of the game here. Doof probably thinking long and hard. Can I do this as well? Can I get that? Can I get that victory for the second time? Right? Okay. Envy is gone, and we also have Easy on the board. Remember, I was rooting for Easy. I was actually rooting for Easy as another one, to take that victory finally. Coke, however, getting blood on his hands here. Gotta love it.
Let's see. Coke right now trying to be careful, calculating his movement because he's definitely hearing a lot of footsteps right now. So let's see if he can get a kill. Lapis on the other side of this building. So we know for a fact that Lapis can definitely use a BY-15. Another close quarter battle right here. Moving on to Chalk, getting that annihilation. First blood from his bag.
Okay. Keeping it slow, keeping it steady, as always. But Dan, this guy Dan a while ago, he's been, I'll be honest with you, he's been going back and forth. Like, there are moments that I see he does well, right? And there'd be some that it'd be sloppy, to say the least. Oh, and Easy as well. Oh, that's sad. But again, getting back to my point, I've seen Dan go up and down the feed, so I can't really point my finger. Oh, Lapis is gone, dude.
Loses the
Just like that,
chance.
care of Deus. Okay. Kapog is gone as well.
Blackfire Dan still being alive, but he's definitely too far from the overall rankings. But Nosa's still on top. But Chalk, let's see if he can definitely change his fate right now, being part of the top 10. Who knows? But that's going to be something that he can work out to be crowned as champion because he's definitely on the third overall ranking. Coke, on the other hand, let's see. Oh, I mean, Coke was the one being on the top 3, and Chalk is making a good play right now, even if his opponent using that med class being activated, but he managed to somehow force his opponent to get away and create some space.
Oh, man. These encounters, man. Chalk, come on. Got a little bit more health to work. Okay. Got a little bit more health to work with. All them reverse slides are not paying off, buddy. I want to get out of there. All right. I'm rooting for Chalk, dude. I am absolutely rooting for Chalk. But again, this is just me.
Yep.
Coke getting more names on the board here. Stefano, his latest victim.
Cole got 2 kills. Looking good so far in terms of his position. This time he learned a lot. He's now making a lot of noises this time. Snoopy, on the other hand, doesn't have any kill yet. But looking at the leaderboard, he's on the top 21st. So a lot of things that he needs to do more in order for him to somehow have a better chance to be on the top 10. Meanwhile, Sensei able to connect a few shots right now. The question there, how committed he is in finishing the fight.
Half of the players are eliminated.
Man. Sensei, again. Here we go. This time, okay, this time it's not a striker, buddy. This is also not an AK-117. You got the Echo on lock. At least so far, he might change it up, right? If he does see the better hardware, if you will. And that might actually be the choice. Let's go back to Duke. Yeah.
Sean, same gameplay, brother. Same gameplay with Sean.
Are you serious right now? Is this really happening?
So we have another goat. We have Lem, the man can be moved, and the runner, Sean.
Well, you know what? He survived a while ago, so I
Yeah.
kind of understand why he's gonna give this another spin. All pun intended. So IQ. Okay, are you okay there, buddy? Motionless. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna check back on you later, right? Again, Sensei. In this regard, let's talk about same play. Oh,
Oh my
clear
god.
information here. Yes, he knows. He actually knows. Uh-oh.
He got confused because of the trickster. Another chance for dudes right now. Sensei doing some reset because of the damages that he got. Sensei going up already. You got to be careful though. There's a lot of opponents from your left corner, but IQ not moving in inside all. Sensei going inside just for him to have a better location and a better chance of winning the battle. Doof on the other side. Chalk against Doof, who will grab the W. Close quarter battle. Trickster
Doof,
finally.
Doof.
Oh my god. Striker being evident. Clearly a huge weapon that you can use. A powerful weapon that you can use to knock out a player.
Doof, man. The guy has definitely learned from the previous games. Or I mean, he's known that ever since, but he's more careful, more calculated, more dangerous, if so to speak. Chalk, despite the valiant efforts, GG's, man. I am a fan. I have rooted for you since the start of this entire day. So yeah, cheers. Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. So play this time. He's not inside of the tower. Right now, onto the hill, but Deuce still being alive right here. Trying to take some time, buying a lot of time, if I can say that.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of time, man, we're taking it really slow again. 10 players remaining, right? So around the same time earlier in the match, some of our players are still looking for action, but no, not this time. Placement points matter. Now, this is also a kind of opposite to how we were dealing with our previous game, Super Clark. Now we're seeing the usual suspects. Look around, buddy. Look at these names. It's everyone we know, or majority of them are those that we know. HX over here. Am I reading this correctly? At the highest possible point of the entire island.
But it is what it is. If that's something that will work, why not, right? Why not? Coke, on the other hand, still trying to find a better target, but Sean is still inside of the tower. So he knows that already. Sensei this time taking a rest, not moving any muzzle, trying to listen for any footprints. But Coke not making it, not still getting closer from the location of Sensei, but that's going to be a battle between Coke and Dudes. Rem, on the other hand, on top of this building, no action, no engagement. And Sensei kind of somehow hearing some footsteps. So let's see how this is going to go.
Oh boy. Okay, Sensei. This is the most still I've ever seen him the entire day. This is the most calm that I've seen Sensei, right? Since we've laid eyes on Sensei during the start of the entire day here, Super Clark, he's been all over the place. He has had a footprint on every square inch of Alcatraz. But this, look at him. Probably gassed out a little bit. But kidding aside, though, Sensei, I believe, is just playing. Oh, okay, here's another guy who cannot stand still. He's still going. He's okay. 100 laps. 100 laps around.
But anyway, Rev right now loses a lot of patience and he needs to change his location. And because of that, he got some damages in the process. With the cloud as well being thrown just to somehow make sure that he can still be safe. Yep.
Yeah, don't let us stop you, bro. Just keep going. Just have a go at it, Sean. Yep. Yeah, don't stop now, dude. Okay. Oh, that's why he found a target. Okay. But HX though I don't even know how that happened. That's probably either a ninja. I never got to see this skill. Probably a ninja, right?
Or maybe the first time that they drop.
Or yeah, you're right. Probably from the very, very first drop.
Yep.
That is some accurate stuff right there. If that's the case, probably practiced it a long time ago.
Here we go. Zone is definitely shrinking. Shine right now still needs to move, but let's see. Deuce still outside out there. Sensei still looking for a better chance. Sean clearly doesn't have any choice but to get closer. HX on the other hand doesn't have any kill, but in terms of his position, not looking good for him. He's at the 29 plays, but also getting some damages outside of the zone. He got no choice right now. Also being the target, getting some damages, and that's the one that I'm talking about. Leia taking that advantage.
That is such a waste. All of that time burnt to leave without, honestly, without a single coin to go with. But here we go. 9 more players, still looking big, still an expansive roster that we're looking at here. Still got players left and right. But now Doof in on the action.
Still surviving. 3 kills. Rem in front of him. 69 IQ still being alive. Sean on top of the building, which is really good. High ground advantage, but Sean being found by Sensei. He got no choice but to drop inside of the cell house. That's really a good movement, and definitely trying to do some reset because Hacker is still being activated.
Now Coke. Hopefully now a man with a plan, you know? Kicking off our very first victory here today. And who's to say that he's not going to be the one to cap it off as well? Who knows?
Yep.
Right? Okay. Moving forward. Yeah, still, them hackers is all over the place. You gotta watch out for them hackers, people. Gotta watch out for them. You know, they're dangerous. Don't give away your details, your credit card number, and all that. Kidding. But we're so far we're doing so good with our players, and this is Sensei, right? Now he's in pursuit. A while ago, Sensei was he was calm again, as I mentioned. Now he's fully charged again.
It's like for him, this is the perfect time to move, clearly changing the location and being aware from the safe zone. Trickster being activated. He's not being diverted. He knows already where to look. He knows already where to attack. Trying to find and change the location, looking for the high ground. Curdy still being alive out here. Sean, this time from that little, I should say, guardhouse. I don't know.
It could be.
But Shine still
watchtower.
using for the high ground. Yep.
8 more players, 8 more contenders here, folks. All of them capable of taking this entire thing for the last match of our BR solo. And now the safe zone, ever so unforgiving, is closing in. The evil mist that is slowly gonna take names if you stay in it a little too long. Let's see. Sensei. I don't know, man. If I'm gonna theorize real quick here, Sensei, I believe he knows the formula. He knows what he has to do. Slow and steady. Doesn't have to overextend. Doesn't have to do anything crazy. Just be very, very cautious. He managed to get them wins earlier because of it, right? He managed to get those 2 victories because of that balance. He would push, withdraw. Push, then withdraw again, right?
Yep. That is definitely true. So let's see how effective it is. This is the last match of the BR solo. Last chance from all of the players. Skirty being found, but still not being committed to finish the fight because he knows for a fact that he's definitely revealing his position. But Doof is still out there rotating. So let's see. How are they going to finish the fight? We still have 8 players to go. This is just only the mid part of the game. Again, this is just the mid game of the match 7. So it only means that these players still got a lot of chances to get a better position, be ready with their own loadout, and be aggressive to attack if the time comes.
Got 1 drop over there. Smacked right in the middle of everything. So whoever's gonna go for that push, put themselves in harm's way. But again, is it worth the sacrifice? Is it worth the risk to go for loot, go for the kinetic armor, go for all them attachments that's gonna make your life a little easier? And again, placement points, ladies and gentlemen, placement points. That is the name of the game. Sensei, once again in patrol. Or rather, who are we looking at? Yeah. Uh-oh. Who is this? Who are we looking at here?
Supply drop inbound.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's Coke. There's Coke finally. And still, no one is budging, Super Clark. We got Sean still in the watchtower. Probably got tired from all the laps he made. And Doof. A little down there on the... Okay. Oh, okay. Right off the air. There goes Sean. Good attempt. The patience of Coke.
Supply drop incoming.
That is definitely true. But these two best players left right now. We have Coke. We have Doof. I don't see Sensei anymore. So either of the two will be crowned as champion. It's either Coke or Doof.
We still have 69 IQ in the mix. 5 players, once again, all capable of winning this entire thing. Oh, what is that blessing on Rem? Are you serious? Literally heaven sent. Get him. Get everything. Yep, look at that, man. He is teeing off. Easy, easy loot. Unbelievable.
The question
What are
there.
the odds, dude? What are the odds?
Yep, the question there, how effective he is. Can be able to use all of the loot. He got his own arsenal. He got definitely a kinetic golden attachment that he can take advantage of. The question there from Rem, can he survive longer? So let's see how this is gonna go. We still have 69 IQ, Doof, Rem, and Coke.
All right. I don't know, man. I'm thinking right now who has the best chance. It is just too random, if so to speak. It's too close to call who's gonna take this. Okay, there we go. Coke taking one more name. Is this gonna be another one of Coke's best performances? Coke's greatest hits. He got a heal. See, nothing big here for the heal. Oh, never mind. He does have one. He has one kinetic armor to go. Probably saving it for later.
Could be. Yep. Oh, loses the battle. 69 IQ.
Not this time.
From Dooz.
Not this time.
Oh my God. So we only have Dooz, Rem, and Coke. Let's see if there's going to be a crown champion for the BR solo. Because Coke clearly has a better placement in terms of overall rankings. He just really need to be careful. He just really needed to finish this fight to take the crown.
Yes. One go at it, and Coke might do it again. All right. There's the drone. Information has been relayed, but the hacker, we still got a little bit of buzz going on here. We got Deus and Rem. This is the best Rem has looked so far, by the way.
Yep.
This is the best that Rem has looked. Okay, let's see what the plan here is. Uh-oh. I like this. The calm before the storm, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, Rem, for some reason, was blessed by Odin himself. with a precious airdrop for him to take advantage of. Yep, there goes the holograms. Let's see if the trickster can pull off one last gimmick.
Here we go. Is it going to be wasted from Rem? Coke, here we go.
No!
This is what I'm talking
Denied!
about. Rem! Finally getting the win, bro. Congratulations. I thought it will be wasted. The loadout that he has.
I told you, man. I told you. From the All-Father himself, dropping right in front of Rem, right? All the loot, all the benefits, all the perks. Congratulations to Rem for ending our day with one more victory and a bit of a heartbreaker, if you will, Super Clark, for Coke,
Oh, okay.
who was so close to getting his second victory.
All right, this is clearly interesting. It might be Coke still being crowned as champion. Who knows? Because this is going to be
That's
the
true.
very first time Rem
That's true.
got the win and got the first placement. So even if he got a plus 15 points, he might be somehow get a good chance of being on top 10. But who knows? Because at the very end, Coke still got the third placer. So let's see if Coke will be crowned as champion. But before that, this is the highlights of the king.
Oh boy. Again, I was rooting so much for Chalk, bro. Super rooting for Chalk. He was doing so good until he wasn't. As I always say, there's always gonna be a little bit of a hurdle, and in that case, rather, it was Duke and HX, VRA HX. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna see the letters I could comprehend. All that time spent at the very tippy top of Alcatraz, all put to waste, just because of the pressure to leave the vicinity.
Yep, I agree. But it is what it is. And yet, we saw Rem able to have a better journey from the match 7. Looking at it, Deuce is also performing top 3 players from the last match, and just because of that, because of the free arsenal earlier from Rem, he
Yes.
make it work.
And there was hardly any gap, by the way, between those two frags. It was just a singular encounter with a bit of a pause, and that's it. And that's it. Not a lot of breathing room for Rem to recalculate what he needed to do. He just literally reloaded, and I'm up. I am going for that last frag. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Only one among these seven pictures has the same guy in it, and that's Sensei, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see how the overall rankings looks like. I'm so excited right now. So these are all the players who managed to grab the W from any matches. Again, we played 7 matches for BR Solo. So can you imagine how patient these players are in knowing what to do, or somehow plan things out so that they will have a chance in getting a win? And true enough, even if after losing a lot of matches, let's say 6 matches on the side of Rem, he still managed to grab the W from the last match.
We got Coke, we got Doof, Sensei, 69 IQ. We also got, well, Sensei twice, right? We got Rem, and I'm gonna look back on that last one also that we did get earlier. But this is our match number 7. We got the big lead here from Rem with 23 total points because of the placement. Again, really substantial there, right? Oh, right, Noza for getting his victory. There we go. Now, everybody else, I know that they did what they had to do, but again, Rem towering over everybody with, in my opinion, probably one of the most dominant performances today, Super Clark.
I couldn't agree more. So let's see. Sensei clearly got no kill. I don't know what just happened, but yeah, it is what it is. Because of that situation, he is losing the battle big time, but we're still waiting for the overall ranking. So all you gotta do is patiently wait. We're about to show you the overall rankings after this one, because we are seeing some changes already. Here we go. This is the last page of the rankings that we have. Noza, after getting a good chance of winning of the match, he's definitely on top earlier for a longest time, but he loses the battle from the match 7.
I'd say, yeah, sure enough. Unfortunately, Noza not getting that chance anymore. But at least, he was able to reward his efforts after match number 4. But I would say it's a very Sensei BR1v1.
Yeah,
You know, not only did Sensei bag 2 of the victories, but he was also there almost every single time that there was a top 8, all the way to top 5 maybe. So Sensei, big salute, right? In this case,
Yep.
oh, no, sorry, right over left. Yeah, there we go. So and you have grown a fan over here, or you acquired a fan in the form of me. Amazing work. That goes for most of our players. Again, it is how competitions go. There will be some players who can emerge on tops. It may not be your day, so hopefully we get to see you moving forward. And maybe some of them. I'm already wagering it, Super Clark, that we're gonna see them tomorrow for our Battle Royale team. So we're getting full squads up front. Let's see if we're gonna be seeing some familiar names. They all made their mark, to me, honestly, or most of them did.
Yeah, why not? That's something that we are looking forward to, because some of the players that we witnessed from the solo might be included from the squad. So this is going to be interesting, because we have top teams who will be playing tomorrow night, the Leap and Bound and definitely the Blackfire. Those are the prominent teams that we have on a BR squad. They have a lot of titles under their belt, so you got to watch out from the BR squad tomorrow.
Yes. And Alcatraz, so many moments made, so many, I'd say, so many frags, so much stress for some of our players, so much stress for us as well, in a good way, you know, for watching all these dramatic conclusions to some of the matches, some of the build-ups that went to nothing, right?
Yep.
It is quite a stir of emotions here, ladies and gentlemen, for our 1v1 BRs. So let's not forget, there's a lot of CPs on the line. If you guys maybe did not get to start the stream, but the winner gets 10,000 solid CPs. Now that right there,
Yes,
this
sir.
is for solo, man, solo.
That's a lot of COD points, and plus, if you're the overall MVP, you will get 1,000 COD points as well. So, meanwhile, we're just waiting for the overall ranking, so that we will be showing you the top 10. So please stay tuned. Don't forget to show your love and support by reacting to all of our lives. I think we are all live to any social media platforms for this Community Gladiators Open Division. So I really appreciate your support.
Another thing, Super Clark, you know, if I'm gonna point that out, there were so many players here, so many names that, in my opinion, also deserve their own wins. Unfortunately, we only had 7 rounds to go with. We only had 7 matches to try and disseminate, and there's only gonna be one winner each time. You know?
Yeah.
Much love. I'm gonna decipher some of the names that really stood out to me. We got Chalk, we got Easy, we got Blue. We also got Igor at some point. Right? There's a lot. I'd say even Sean,
Easy.
dude. Easy.
Yeah.
We got Sean. We also who else am I missing? There's a lot, man. I've tallied a few of them. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, everything has been cleared. The buy mission control. We're gonna show you in just a few seconds how our overall rankings have been, because it has been one heck of a day.
Like,
Yep.
kid you not, I tell you. Anbo Coke and Battery Esports will be proud right now to Coke getting the champion for BR Solo, rocking off 71 total of points, followed by Most Wanted Doof with 67, and third place is Sensei with 63, and 61 for Noza. Great job. And Rem for 43, being the very last person to grab the W for the match 7. And NXT Doob 40, 32 for Doos. FRA Curdy 31. Oh, can you imagine Curdy being part of the top 10? 69 IQ as well, with the same score of DX Sean. Those are the top 10s that we have for the BR Solo. Will be receiving the COD points from our prize pool.
A lot of players as well here with very, very close scores, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. 27 tied points here for Lapis and Lem, my boy, my G. How could I forget He deserved that win as well. We got Ren, Blue, and Stefano just with about 4 points difference for each. Looking at the other side of the page, easy chalk on all the names that I mentioned a while ago. Super Clark, they're all there. But again, as with any contest, there should be some who will be not so satisfactory, at least so far. But GG's to everybody making their names here on our solo BR. So GG's and well played to everybody here at the Battle Royale 1v1.
Well played indeed, and thank you so much for all of the viewers who watch our BR solo, and we'll be seeing you for another BR battle, this time BR squad. So thank you so much once again. My name is Super Clark, here with me Pika. We will be seeing you once again tomorrow. Good night.